Good morning. What's up, Nikki? Good morning. Good to see you. Hopefully, everybody good morning. Good morning, Keith. It's a beautiful morning. Hey, it's because of all you beautiful people in here. Good morning, though. Good morning. Hopefully, the rest of the day continues the same. Aloha. What's up, SF? SF. I was too tired to do it last night, but I have something to do this week, so I'll make sure I get that done. I was actually going through your notes too that you sent me. Um, I went through all of them. No, yeah, I did go through all of them. I even got to the XYZ part. So I guess that's pretty good too. I actually went through them and I was like, all right, let's see what she was looking at. So what's up, bro? Bonjour, what's up, Ciroc man? All good, B. Even the very last one. Yeah, that was actually the first one I clicked on because I was like, what is this? It was pretty funny. How long did that take you to do? Like, did you actually go through the entire stream, or did you just kind of like skip around and find that perfectly? Either way, I thought that was super cool of you. Good morning, BB fam. What is up, Risen? We have 3 minutes and 20 seconds, guys. 3 minutes, 20 seconds. And there's already almost 20 people in here. Good morning, guys. Jesus. You guys are ready for Tuesday, huh? Be sure to drop a like on the stream, share the stream link around. In about 3 minutes, the market opens. Also, shout out to you guys, man. All those reactions in my channel on the video yesterday. I'm very happy about that. Hopefully, you guys are that video right there. Check that out. I'll try to do more of those. But they're more or less like updates. You know, I don't like to bore you guys too much with just chart posts. Sometimes I like to drop a video in there because I don't know. Sometimes it's kind of nice to see things get recharted, so you understand every single level, or you at least be like, all right, well, where do you get this from? Where do you get this from? And you can totally do that all on your own now. But yeah, I like to release the video version sometimes. It is a little easier, but sometimes I just don't feel like uploading a video to the Discord. Because sometimes some people just like seeing like the picture. So sometimes I'll just do both. Oh, you put the stream on 1.25. Okay. That actually is smart. Good morning, Alex. Good to see you, brother. Good morning, King Carnage. Great to see you. You know what's weird though, SF? Ever since the YouTube update, I can't actually adjust the playback speed on my YouTube video or anything. On YouTube, it's like I click it and it just says custom 1x, and then I click all around it and nothing happens. I'm like, well, what the hell? Ever since that update, I haven't actually been able to mess with the play. Not like I mess with the playback speed a lot anyway, but there's a couple times where I'm like, man, I want to see this in slow motion real quick, or I want to see this sped up, and then I can't even do it because the playback speed button's glitched for me. I have no clue why. That is smart though. Yeah, I'm jealous. Honestly, that's a very smart thing you did though. Speeding it up just a little bit and then like going through it as fast as you can so you're not wasting, 2-3 hours of your time. Probably wasted like an hour of your time, but you got like all of that stuff. That's pretty crazy. Good video, by the way. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. I'll try to do more of those. I like to mix it, honestly. I know some people like just the charts, some people like the videos, some people just don't care. So I try to do both. And SF, I might end up. It probably took an hour-ish. I might, honestly, for all your hard work, I'm probably going to end up just putting all of the times with everything you typed. Like in the comment section or in the bio of that stream, and just like tell everybody, hey guys, you can click on this and there's actually timestamps for this one. I might just timestamp the shit out of it. Just like out of respect of how long you went and looked at it. And then we could share the stream link all we want. Maybe that's something. Could you guys mark its opening? All right, it opened flat, nothing crazy. We did spike in the pre-market and then we came back down, but that wasn't much. So we have pretty much hit this level, but not really. I don't count it because that was in pre-market, but for anybody who does count that stuff, we did pretty much hit that area. Morning. Good morning, Terry Thomas. Do what you will. That's all for you. It also shows you how many nuggets. Yeah, honestly, when I was reviewing some of the points you sent, I was like, damn, there was a lot of shit. But that's like a normal stream. Here, look, I'll show it on stream. These are all the timestamps. And these are just the ones she got yesterday, right? These are all of them. From here all the way to here. These are all timestamps just from yesterday's stream. This is like in every stream for us. Every single stream we cover this many things. It doesn't feel like I'm streaming if I'm not going over something productive. We can call out plays, we can call out swings, we can sound cool and shit, but at the end of the day, like actually covering things that are productive and helping other people understand things is the main goal of these streams. For anybody who's a BB trader, anybody in here who's trying to learn, the same bullshit we do in here, I think it's great. Guys, what sector is struggling this morning? Which sector is struggling? I want you to start calling out the tempo of XLK on your own. What is banks doing? Banks are down. What is discretionary doing? Discretionary is honestly kind of flat, but very indecisive. Comms trying to go up. Healthcare started higher, moving down. Staples moving higher. Make sure you guys understand your tech chart. XLK. I'm trying to keep these two levels here because this is kind of where we were bullish from yesterday. While also keeping like the 700 targets up at the top of my screen. So I'm going to try today to keep it like this. Try my best. The top 3 are down. All the rest are green. Great update by Bob Johnson. Virtually masterclass all day. Good morning, guys and girls. It's going to be a great day. Hopefully, man, I think with the support of you guys, anything is possible. Holy shit, Intel's up again. And yeah, a lot of your top tech weights, you can see even just on my individuals list here, a lot of them are down. A lot of your top weights are just down in general. AMD is up a fuck ton. Nice to see. Go to the daily, see how much that went up. You know what's fucking crazy? We're 2 out of 2 on lottos on this in the last couple months. I almost called out a third lotto on this yesterday, and I was like, nah, I don't want to do that to the chat. You know, we just called out a lotto last week. We don't need to be doing this too many times. But I still like to come back and visually look at this because it would have been really good. It would have been a really good lotto. Lotto because it's the first time coming down here on this recovery down here. It's an outside bar bullish engulfing against previously known buyer support. So that was the only reason I was potentially looking at that. And I just left levels up from where we shorted it last time. So these aren't really necessary levels, but it is kind of cool seeing them go up and smack those again almost. Not going to lie. And remember, guys, tech is in a very indecisive part of their chart right now. They did a really good job of defending this over the last couple weeks. But if all we do is just come up here and reject these last two highs right here, this high and this high, if that's all we come up here and do, then we can almost see this as a range, 144 and 147s for tech. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully we get some movement outside of the range. But yeah, keep your eyes on that. Back to the SPY chart. Let me go over again what everyone's looking for, so you're not just waiting for me. So we're already bullish because we're over this. We're even more bullish because we didn't even try to gap down or break down towards this. Really, all we're waiting for is to get over the last open of the last green candle, which would be 695.87. So if we can get over this, potential to break previous day high, potentially seeing more buyers step in, right? So this is our bullish trigger. If we end up seeing this level break, that can be a short-term trigger of, okay, oh shit, this is trying to come back down to that 2-day ago close that we were holding on to yesterday. So there's a good chance it breaks down into this and gets towards this. You can also just cheat. If you grab your low to your high, which I showed you guys in the video why we didn't have this on the chart today, you can see it's pretty close. So I just like this level more because it's a little bit closer, a little bit more passive in terms of if we pull back, where can we go settle. So I believe 694 is going to be one of our most key levels on the chart today. Even though we might look back at this and be like, well, this is actually the most important area. Yes, it is. But from right here, right now, if this ends up breaking, this will be very important because we'll have to see, is that going to break or is that going to hold? So short-term scalps can be taken under 695.30 to 694. I just don't recommend it because this can be seen as like a void area. You're really trying to trade outside of 695.80 and 694. This is the range you're trying to trade outside of. Does that make sense? So anything in between, yes, you can do. I'm just trying to tell you guys it's not as high probability. I see some of our larger weights stepping up. We'll see if we have a chance of breaking the 695.87. Morning, Twin. What's up, Matty Ice? Good to see you, dog. Just updating as I can, boss. I do have the options chain on my right. I'm not honestly super hell-bent to trade, super crazy today, but I am going to try. But I'm not going to... I like to tell myself that, as you guys should as well, because you shouldn't be in the mindset of I have to get a trade today, or oh my god, my kids are sleeping on the street tonight. No. If you're in that position to begin with, you shouldn't be trading the stock market. So let's see. Can the bulls continue? Is basically my short-term question this morning. Can the bulls continue? If not, we'll be looking for signs of weakness under 695.30 and 694. But right now, we are definitely bullish biased. A lot of talking. Sorry, guys. I'd like to make sense of everything. I don't think things are just as easy as what people online like to share. Break above this level. We're bullish. Break below this level. Into the world. That's it. No other thinking or planning beyond that. I think that's just very weird. I do believe in oh, look above this level, look below this level to the same extent, but not to the same extent as let's just focus on that. That's the only thing we have on the chart. No, there's plenty of other things to take away from. Also, I'm not really expecting that exciting of an open due to us having a little bit of data come out this morning. And then your mixture of weights, you see how we have green, red, red, green, red, green, red, red, green, red, red, green, red, red, green. It's just, I don't know. It's a mixed opening right now. So whenever you see that, it's not like a single directional move in the morning. Just like chill for a second. You're probably looking for retest trades anyway. We'll see though. We do see the previous day high supply being rejected. That could be a first sign. A break under today's open, and then that next level, 695.30, that could be like a follow through. So actually, let me go to the 1 minute. It's kind of hard to see this on the 5 now. I think this will also just be helpful. Also, I really hope some of you guys have been going through your candlestick patterns. They sleep it in the street regardless. Good morning. What is up, Letterbug? Good to see you, bro. Always a good time seeing Letterbug show up in the chat. If you guys haven't already, please take the time to actually go through the Discord and go read some of the different charts that are not just my post. There are tons of amazing people in there. Letterbuck is always one that comes to mind. Just seeing his name made me want to say all that. Because there's just so many fucking cool posts in there, man. Like this morning, I was tagging the Lifetime Swing Trade Floor or Swing Trade channel thing. And that was literally just because username's going in there and he's just posting like some of the most awesome TA. And he's just, I don't know, it's just normal username shit, really. But I always like to highlight that because he's, I don't know, I love his post. Yep, good morning, good morning. Good to see you guys. Right now we're watching for SPY outside of this range. Really the previous day close and the previous day high supply range on 5 minute is what we're looking at. As you see, they're fighting to stay in between it. But good morning, guys. How'd you guys sleep? You guys watch anything cool yesterday? Anything cool happen yesterday afternoon? After work, getting the kids? Anything cool? Anything inside of life that we can talk about that isn't related to the stock market? Does anyone have anything to share? It could be as stupid as I did finger painting with my child. You know, it could be something as small as that. What did you guys do yesterday? After the stock market, before today's? Besides sleeping and eating? Potentially seeing some bouncing here, guys. Remember, we are bullish biased. Texans and Patriots made me some money over wildcard weekend. Devontae clearly has his priorities straight, guys. He said, wait. I can make money on the stock market and I can bet on my favorite football teams and make more money? Legend. Absolute legend. That's it? Only Devontae did something yesterday? The rest of you just existed? I'm gonna try my best when I cough to actually like put it into my mic. Does that sound like a good deal? This damn weather changing is fucking my throat up too. Whoops, wrong channel. I was in the wrong channel. I guess I should read what I'm typing. SPX levels, watch previous day high supply towards 7,000s and 69.74 for possible pullbacks to 2-day ago close. And possibly 69.55. Oh, I also did a tech video yesterday, didn't I? I did 2 videos. I forgot I did one before close for the VIP tech channel, and then I did one for today, yesterday, of course, last night, in my main channel. Well, shout out to you guys. Seriously, I'm really happy there's all those reactions, and I don't really care about the number of them. It's just like, it's cool to see people are actually clicking on that shit. Because those are actually some of the most fun things to make, from, in my opinion. Only a $400 billion gap between Google and Nvidia for #1 market cap right now. Excuse me. I just said I was going to mute my mic and I didn't. Does anybody want to tell me why we rejected or why we're going down? It is on the screen. Who puked? Is the banks. As well as healthcare. Which, it's funny, I literally just said yesterday to you guys when we were talking, I was like, sometimes you'll see like tech, you'll see discretionary and comms work together. Sometimes you'll see like banks do its own thing, you'll see healthcare do its own thing. You'll see staples sometimes go against tech, which is very healthy. Sometimes they go the same direction if there's more indecision. But then we talked about banks and healthcare, and we were like, well, these are both like kind of on their own aisles. You know, they can go with the market, and then they don't have to go with the market at the same time. Like, they can kind of do their own thing each day because their individual sectors are just kind of propped up on their own. They don't need the support of tech to do their thing, you know, which it does help. Don't get me wrong. I think tech going up or going down with them is very helpful. But on their own, they can be very damaging. As you can see, both of them actually dipped at the exact same time and just kept dumping and dumping. Well, banks were dumping all damn morning, but that one's not as surprising to me. I'll be honest. If anybody asked me today, like, did I see banks dumping? Like, I'm not gonna go trade that because it's probably a lot of it's probably priced in. But like, the banks look like they were gonna pull back, and not only that, it's about to be earnings season for them. Like, why would I want to take the risk on a sector that's about to experience earnings season? Like, that's just asking to be hurt, you know? You're begging to be hurt. I'd rather not deal with that. I think trading earnings is absolutely stupid unless you actually are utilizing a real strategy for earnings. If you're just making up shit and going, yeah, I think I'll do this, you're probably going to screw yourself. And that did pop us under the 695.30s now. So that does eliminate a lot of the bullish bias there at the beginning of the day, considering we broke under the previous day close. Now it's see, can they stay under? You know, can they keep their head under? They're going to bump their head under this and keep going down. This is a very key area right now. And it's really, if I'm being anal about it, it's between this close and that level, just to kind of keep you on edge about how this is supposed to look. So if it ends up rejecting this entire area or breaking this area, which already broke it, it should continue down. And then on that 5-minute chart I was showing you guys, if we did pull back, because that wasn't the scenario I was more or less talking about at first, this 694 is most important, right? We'll probably go down and test this now. I don't mind those 694 strikes if you stay under that previous day close. Just be very careful because, like I said, this is the only area on the chart I said I don't really want to trade. I see this as like a void. I think trades outside of this area, you know, using context of whatever price action's in here, I think trades outside of this area and using the context inside of that, I think that's going to be the move today based on a lot of your key levels. But if you want to scalp between here and here, I did say that is very possible. That is something you can do. I just, not something that's like top of my priority list today. It is a bit riskier of a trade. But just repeating what I said this morning in case anybody's tuning in late and they're like, yo, this looks good for bear scalps. I agree with you, it does. But it needs to stay under that highlighted area. Dip buyers have been doing this the past couple weeks, so it's not like it's that crazy. Good job, Rocks. And good job being quick with it, because, yeah, there's no need to hold a trade like that super long. When we're shorting a stock that's shorting a chart that's clearly bullish. So I actually am very happy. That's a really big sized percentage too, Rocks. Not gonna lie to you, man. Good shit. Is that a swing or was that a day trade? I'm assuming a quick scalp because you said quick 42%. Yeah, can't complain about that. No man's land got you. I mean, you could scalp, but I like to be clear about that because that is still $1.30 between 695.30 and 694. That's still a very good amount of movement. And yeah, that 694 is moving really good now. That was a scalp. Okay, good shit. I mean, I was gonna say good shit regardless, but I just like to know. If you would have said a swing, I would have been like, okay, you're just guessing. But scalp, good shit. I know you sniped that shit now. And there's still a little bit of room here towards 694. But as you guys know, it's not like everything's perfect. Be sure to drop a like on the stream if you guys are enjoying some of the updates. Drop a like on the stream, share the stream link around, all that shit to help the stream out. There's a couple links at the top. One's to join the Discord. I think it's in the bio. Actually, I actually updated it today. And then the YouTube channel. So if you want to support the channel or just join the Discord just to see what everyone's talking about, feel free to. And good morning. Most importantly, good morning. All right, let's see if this bearish retest ends up holding up or if the buyers are going to retake. I think that now is another great time to start looking at those charts, your sector charts, that is. You can see kind of in the same vibe here on XLK, the most important sector, potentially seeing a bearish retest. But we do see banks pulling back. They are hitting the top of an area. Are they just going to keep selling through this and get to the bottom of it just to show what the hell that is? That's the old all-time high supply. So it's important they hold above it. We have yet to see them really break it and then get to the bottom of it, right? They've broken it once here, they've broken it once here, but you can see those were bought up instantly. So we're kind of thinking the same thing here. It's either going to get bought up instantly or it is finally going to make that test down, which we haven't seen yet. Let's go to our, discretionary. So they got a little bit of a higher open and they're pulling back down, probably really close to that PDCP right now. Yeah, very, very close to it, within cents of it. So that's a very important level. I'd maybe highlight that alongside your today's open. I think it's like right there. So keep those areas marked if there's someone watching the sector. Some of these look like they're just kind of tired and might just settle at the open here. I think what's important is we see, do banks just start settling and does healthcare start settling? Because these were the two that kind of led that charge. And then if those do whatever, do the rest follow? But tech is pulling back a little bit more, so we'll see. Yeah, they did just continue there. I bet on that 1 minute, it's probably looking a lot cleaner. Probably see like a wick or a hammer or something. Yeah, you got some very, very indecisive dojis. A third one right here before those even popped up. They fell a little bit more. And then you got a what, chat? What is this candlestick pattern? By itself, I mean, there is a 3 candlestick pattern here. I know half of you are going to type evening star because you're just addicted to them. But what is this candlestick pattern by itself? Give me what I asked for. Meta puking at a major support here, 634. Yeah, not a good week, it looks like. Or not a good open, it looks like. Those 694s are almost in the money. A little bit out. Actually, I'm not even mad I didn't jump into that. Those didn't even move that well. Gravestone? Come on, guys. You guys know this. My scalp was actually 52%. Close enough. Shit, that's bigger than 42, though. 52 is bigger than 42 last time I checked. By a good margin, too. Inverted hammer, yes. And honestly, if you guys just say hammer, that's fine as well. If you just say hammer, it's fine. I really don't care if you get the inverted part right or not. It's not like you're blinded by the fact that that's a bearish or bull. Like you're not sitting there going, that's a bullish candle. Like, no, you know that's a bearish candle. It's visually like one of the most easily looking bearish candles. It's like a bearish engulfing, it's like, how could you not have seen that was bearish? Or like when you see an inside bar, it's like, how could you not have seen that was indecisive? It's like that. It just looks indecisive. You could feel it. Did tech bounce after all that? Clean. Like I said, guys, that little area is like a void. Staples! Bro, I'm so happy I talked about this with you guys, man. I told you guys, this is like the most boring sector. But since this candle, I said we should be bullish on staples. Over and over and over again. Make sure to drop a like on the stream if you remember us going over that. Also, just cool, because now you'll understand why some of your like weird stocks are up. You'll be like, bro, why is Walmart killing it? Why is this killing it? Why is that killing it? Actually, this is a discretionary. No, that is a staple. But yeah, so we can go to our analyze. We can click XLP. We see, Walmart, Costco. I think Costco's actually red. Yeah, they're almost flat. PG. Just look through some of these, like Coca-Cola, your Pepsis, which it's funny because on my like bullish swings that I was looking at, a lot of them were like XLP stocks. One of them specifically was Pepsi, but I was looking at that and I was like, do I really want to trade something that's up 3 days in a row with almost a very bullish engulfing type look? Not a bullish engulfing, but almost pretty much. If you look at just the meats, it is the meats of the candle. But that's what had me interested. I was like, man, this is going to be interesting because if tech slows down at all, even if it doesn't just dump at all, but it just like sits to the right, there's a chance XLP starts getting some action. So I'm happy we got to at least go over that scenario. XLC looking a little rough the more we sit here with these wicks on top too. We had them on the bottom. It was looking better. Now we're getting them on top as well. So it's just an indecisive area for them. Healthcare looks like they need to come down. I mean, damn, they just came off of a bearish liquidity grab, 90% entry up there. And they came down and tested a 50%, which I don't even think it's just a 50% of that candle. I genuinely think they tested 50% of that entire jump. Yeah. From low to high. That's pretty interesting. Banks have earnings season. And then your tech chart is probably another one that's just like, damn, this sucks. Because right when they looked super bearish and then they didn't fall and they held here and then we saw them. This was honestly, I think, the turning point for me. Right? And we talked about this a lot already. But you had a higher close. Then you had a lower open, right? And then it went up. So we had a gap up. And then we had a lower close. Higher open, lower close, higher open, lower close, right? But increasing close from the previous day, but I mean like close is a red day. Higher open, higher close, right? Finally breaking the trend over like 6 days right here on this candle, right? And then we finally had a gap down and then a pretty nice follow through, I'm not gonna lie. But again, no new low, no new close low, nothing, right? So no new ground gained by sellers. Then we got the change in pace again, just like we did on this candle. Higher open, higher close, lower open, which I don't know if I even tested if it held that. They did start under the PDCP, but got back over it, confirming potential single white soldier candle. Close over, actually, would be a double here, but close back over again, so higher close. And now we're in this seat where it's like we're just to the right now. So in my opinion, today could just do a day like this, where it feels like it could go anywhere, but it just sits there. But I don't want to just sit here at the beginning of the day and be like, oh, guys, today could do nothing. No, today has plenty of potential in it. I just wanted to point out all these different routes price can take based on what sectors do. So if we see all these reject, of course we're going to dump. They're all rejecting. If all these start to hold, of course we're going to start pumping. If we start get the mix of them, of course it's going to be indecisive, right? So make sure you're using your sectors to kind of help you with at least a general bias around the market. I know it's not the easiest thing to do. Flip it and reverse it, hammer. OB on XLK 15 minute. Oh, from the first candle. I see what you're saying. I'm like, what you mean, Willis? But now I got you. Could even say potential IB 15 minute. And a minute and 30 seconds. If that doesn't break a new low, that's an inside bar on the 15 minute on tech, which actually that would line up with what this morning has felt like. You know, it felt like, all right, we either hold here and bounce or this is going to pull back to here. But then we talked about, well, if it gets in between here, it can just do a bunch of this kind of action. Which so far, this is all very bearish. I'm not going to lie. Ever since the break of this, I haven't really seen too much hold for buyers yet. This is still very bearish price action. But I just wanted to point out the potential and the fact that this could be one of those voids because these are two very important levels right here. So being between them, I wouldn't be surprised if good bearish trade showed up. I wouldn't be surprised if we broke this and then retake and then good bullish trade show up. Like it's just one of those areas, it looks like. I may extend this just because that's kind of annoying to look at if it's not all the way over. Also, did you guys see the break and then retake and basically the same 2-3 candles here? I thought that was cool too. Not just seeing the big ass red candle, but it's nice seeing, oh, they did actually try to look bullish and then they instantly broke it back down again and kind of gave that liquidity grab potential. Just because we know that those can be so decisive. And that's why you get those single directional moves so quickly sometimes. I mean, ever since that happened, they've just been dropping. I really like this lower high as well inside of the range. See how it came down, hit this, came down again, hit this, bearish hammer, and then new low after the bearish hammer. I really like that as well. Nice follow through. And we're at 694 almost. Let's see if that 694 contract moved better or not. I won't lie, when I was saying 694 contracts, if that 695.20 looks good breaks, those were at like 80 something. They're only a little over 100 right there. So I'm honestly not even stressed I didn't get that. That wasn't that crazy for over $1 movement. Not discrediting anybody who traded that. I'm just saying on the SPY chain that wasn't that great. 2 quick scalps, 2 out of 2 with triple Q and meta. I need to chill for now. Yeah, bro, 2 out of 2 already is crazy. It's only been 30 minutes. But to be fair though, oh, you're not even busy today. You took the day off. That's even funnier. Well, good shit, Alex. Honestly, one of those days I took off last week or the week before, I think it was one of those days you were just home for some reason. I think you were sick or you didn't sleep or something like that. So you just stayed and traded. That was a really cool day in the chat. I was reading a lot of the messages in there. Nice, got to test that area. I guess I could show that off or something. Son of a. Damn, now it's dumping. I said once it breaks this, it could start getting really ugly, but it didn't even bother retesting inside the range. It said fuck that. I mean, it did kind of retest in the range. You saw that on the 1 minute, but it didn't really do that on the 5 minute. It just had wicks. So those were like more of like if you didn't see it type of retest, you missed it. That's fucking crazy about a movement already now. Through 694, that is something to brag about. Yeah, now those contracts up 100%. Holy fuck. Just to be clear, one second. Sorry, I brain farted because I was typing. I personally did not trade that, but I just wanted to bring up that that's a very cool thing to look at. I see so many of you guys in chat. Like, honestly, I see some of you do it just in my stream sometimes too. But instead of like sitting here and like maybe let's say you weren't the most comfortable about something, I'll see some of you just force it and not understand why you even took it. Right? I think it's better to miss it and understand why you missed it, and then understand what you could have done. You know, like we've been kicking ass these past few months. Like I think it's also good to realize like it's not everything's about winning or losing. Like sometimes it's just about getting a good little mental rep or at least understanding something. Like you should be. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you do it already, but when you look at a chart, like I'm sure you're like, all right, how could I have done this? How could I have done that? Like kind of back testing everything all the time, just to kind of like not just understand things better, but just give yourself more confidence. Because I think the better you understand something, the more awareness you're going to have. Then you're going to be a little bit more confident because you're like, oh, well, I know why I'm not out yet, or I know why I'm still in, or oh, I know why I did this, I know why I did that. Um, but I love doing that. I'm not gonna lie. I love looking at this stuff and being like, oh, I mean, I wasn't comfortable enough to take it, but damn, that contract hit fucking 85%. Oh wow, that did really good. And you got to be really rough on yourself too. Like that contract did really good, and that was with me giving it like room. So that was an easy trade. That could have been a really easy trade. I just didn't like it because of the void, but very, very cool though to reflect on. Partial cope, partial, just I don't know. I feel like it's good to get at least something out of it. But that's cool though. But like, I've been telling you guys this for a long time though. Like you should be doing these mentor reps all the time, regardless of catching opportunity or not. Like anytime you're not feeling comfortable, still watch it. Still just go through it, but don't enter a trade. Just try your best to get that rep. Also, very cool to see it jump up so fast and retake 694 after that dump. Sorry, I'm like running out of oxygen while talking. I just thought that was really cool. I also said before, and I'll keep saying it now, like I'll make that very clear too, if I'm in that or not. Yesterday, it was very clear I was trading that. Today, I wanted you guys to know that I didn't even want to trade that. But I wanted to at least mention in case somebody is here, super ready to go, oh, I like this hammer. Oh, I like that it's under this. But you guys need to understand this too. Like, that's why these aren't like signal streams. You need to know that, you need to know the system yourself. Hold up. Sorry. I'm like trying to think and talk all at the same time. I wanted to backtest what he just said. Oh my fucking God, dude. And what did we say in the very, 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 very beginning of stream, Bob? Or if you were here, I said I'm not marking it because I'm more or less using the 2 day ago close and then this little like basing of hammers here. So I'm kind of using like an area instead of just that individual level. But dude, look how clean that is though. One of the first things in stream today we said after we started talking about actual charts was a lot of the time when we do see breakdowns under the previous day high supply and the previous day close, going down, but above good bullish levels still. A lot of the time it's to magnet towards that 50%, right? So I found other good levels, other good reasoning on my own as well, but good job bringing that up. I think the 50% is always a good just magnet type thing to think about. When we go down from highs of previous day, it's to go test that. When we're going up from the lows of previous day, it's to go test that. And then also using it as like a secondary confirmation. Not only did we get to it and magnet towards it, but did we move away from it after magneting towards it? Did we break it, retest it? It's an area that can be taken in both directions. So good mention. Good mention. Data J. We're just about to write that. Good stuff. And the PMLs there. See, I just mentioned 2 other levels, and I didn't even say P. Like, there's just so many key levels lining up right now. And that's another thing. Like, when you see shit like that, you should grow your confidence. It should boost your just, I don't know, excitement for just basic key levels. Like, is it the craziest thing? All these levels are doing this and that. No, I mean it's not. But it's just cool how many of them are lining up, and then you're seeing like one directional moves from them. Now, should we at the open have been like, guys, if this rejects and this breaks, it's gonna go all the way to here today? No, but we did talk about the opportunity of, well, if it doesn't get over this and we see weakness and we see the break of previous day close, that's something we could talk about towards 694. I'm personally looking outside of 694. I like this hammer right here going down towards 692.30s. I think there's a very good possibility we see this tested as long as we're projecting 694. I really like the 693s and 694 contracts still. We'll see though if this keeps holding up. Also, remember, guys, another great time. Remember how early in the stream we've already done this twice. This is our 3rd time. We've been like, all right, guys, good time to check our sectors. This is another great time to go check your sectors because we have a lot more bearish confirmation now. So let's go check our sectors and see if that's true. Did banks keep selling? They did. Discretionary still has a little bit of room down towards the previous day open. Ooh, comms threatening to break lower. They've already broken lower, but looking like they want to reject lower to see. Staples, honestly, that's a good sign to see. That's your defensive sector. Whenever your tech stocks and most of your markets selling off, a lot of your staple stocks will go up. It's a big reason I call that McDonald's. It's discretionary. It's actually XLY, but it has a lot of like real estate and staple like movement, like a defensive discretionary. And then you could see tech here. I mean, it's just a lot of top wicks there under the area. We said, oh, well, if that breaks, possibility we see movement down towards this level here. And you can see we're still not even at the 50%. That's the 50%, right? No, but close enough. So tech has sold off a little bit, but not really a lot. So it's not like the market's in complete peril yet. I would say if this starts magneting towards this more, that would definitely help your SPY chart sell from here more. You can see hammer closed as well. Honestly, very clear confirmation this does want to try to go down and test this. I think we really are just relying on, does tech really go down to that 50% or not? Do these other sectors keep selling off or not? So keep your tab on that. Keep your finger on it. What is going on with it? Scout 55 points there on MNQ. Shorted off of current day open retest. Plus grab 8 points on NQ overnight. Dunzo for the day. Yeah, Maddie, that is insane. You and Alex, man. Both of you. 2 trades in very, very quick amount of time. Good shit, bro. And good review. That was honestly very easy to like understand just reading your message really quickly. Shorted off of current day open retest. Bro just loves trading off of that current day open. It doesn't matter what direction. And if there's 2 areas on your chart every day that you can definitely treat that important, it would be your current day open and your PDCP. And you can see today, do we have a gap 50%? Not really. So, like I said, we were very blessed to have that level the other day. That's what this is right here. It's the combination of a halfway point and a halfway point. One of them is of a previous day, one of them is a gap. So it's just those levels provide such clear direction. And if we were to reject and go down and test that today, that would just be so poetic, as we magnet towards this. We'll see if it can happen all in one move. As you guys can see, it's a little risky to just sit here and be like, well, this is just going to keep dumping. But at this rate, I don't see why not. Like I said, though, keep your finger on those sectors. Do they keep selling? Do you see some recovery short term? This will indicate does SPY bounce or not. This going up is okay. You don't have to worry about this one. This is probably like the one you should be okay with going up if the whole market's selling. Which I am curious now. What is driving that? It's probably a combination of a lot, honestly. Philip Morris doing good. That one's also hard to track individual weights as much, like besides the big ones, of course, just because there are so many little weights in there. And it's not like a big chunk of SPY, so whenever you're looking at it, it's not like you're looking at like a huge chunk of anything. But the relationship between that and like being defensive is what's important to me, and that's why I like to talk about it with my chat a lot. Actually, I brought up XLP before I brought up XOK in the tech channel, I think. Oh no, that was the other day in the other channel. But either way, it's just nice to know, like, okay, things are going down, staples are going up. Okay, this is actually a healthy pullback. Just because that like triple confirms it. I think I just like that too, because when I first learned that sectors have that relationship like that, like there are like sometimes there's like an order to things. Like whenever tech has like this generational run on bullish trends, discretionary sometimes follows a little bit late. Like it doesn't always recover instantly with tech, right? Maybe it takes like an extra week or something. And it's just because the indecision. Sometimes it's just more of a laggard, but it is seen as like a bullish extension of the tech market, because if tech's doing good, there's no reason people aren't going out there and buying things. If the economy's in a good shape, there's not a good reason why people aren't going out and buying these discretionary items. That's what discretionary is. But I don't know. I really love the fact that there's even a thing like that. Walmart got removed from the Dow and placed into the Nasdaq. It's not removed from the Dow. It's just also a part of the Nasdaq. It's still in the Dow. But yeah, you probably will see more attention on it. That's probably the most popular staple stock besides Costco. It's Walmart, Costco. Those are the two my brain always go to. You can see on my watch list right here. Walmart, Costco, Walmart, Costco. But it's still part of the Dow, just to let you know. They just moved their stock listing to the New York Stock Exchange, to the Nasdaq. And it's not actually included into the Nasdaq 100 until 7 more days from now. They're replacing AstraZeneca. Who the fuck remembers what that is? But it's not a deletion. Like it's not deleted from the Dow. It's still part of the Dow. AstraZeneca may be here to help. Bro, the maybe here to help got me. Maybe here to help. I just hear that like evil voice. Oh, thanks for that. No problem, man. Thank you for bringing that up. I think that's a very cool thing you brought up, though. Walmart being part of the Nasdaq is a big deal. 7 more days though. Just wait, brother. Nasdaq 100 for Walmart, but that is a very, very big deal. I also am glad you brought that up, because that was a big reason I was talking about staples too. It's like Walmart's kind of doing its thing. It's been doing its thing. It's been doing its thing for a while. We called out Costco. multiple times. We've been part of tons of other charts, but I really like seeing when like the boring plays do really well, because I think any jackass can call out a Tesla play. I think anybody can call out Nvidia and AMD. Like I don't feel special when I make money on those with my group. I feel special when I can call out a sector rotation like I just did. You know, when I can say, oh, well, guys, this is getting more bearish, so that should be pretty bad for SPY, which in turn is probably helping your staple stocks. You know, the staple stocks that have been pumping the last few days, yeah, those. And you could see, like, when I first initially called this out, it wasn't the most obvious. Yeah, it's a bullish hammer, but look at the next 2 days. You know, I had to deal with, oh, God, this is so ugly. Oh, it's not doing what I need it to do. Oh, but you got to understand, like, sectors don't move that fast. Like, sometimes it takes a couple days to settle and then do its thing, you know? Sometimes they have to make it not so obvious, like on your tech charts. Everybody's watching this. Everybody's watching tech charts. So if everybody sees a big pump and they see it reject 62 times in a row, even your most basic analyst, chartist, whatever the fuck you want to call yourselves, is going to see that and go, well, that's bearish, you know? So they can't always follow through on the most obvious of things. You can even argue right now that tech could still save the market just because it hasn't broken 146 yet. You could even make that argument still that all of this is just a 1 day reaction and that tech's going to gap up 10 points tomorrow. We're going to fucking start pumping at 150, you know? That would literally eliminate all the short-term bearish bias that was made today just because we rejected a common resistance, you know? So sometimes the obvious isn't the obvious. That's why I like looking at sectors, because I feel like I'm not being lied to as much. You know, when you're looking at this, you're getting a feel for the whole thing, the whole picture. You're able to say, oh, I can see why SPY's rejecting. And you can even argue that too on SPY. We haven't even broken halfway points yet on a lot of these charts over the course of the whole trend, that is, right? Like the fact we're still above this, honestly, isn't even the end of the world, right? We haven't even gotten down to this, right? Until we break 690, we're not going to see larger bearish candles on the larger time frames yet. But this is pretty cool to see, don't get me wrong. Also, guys, I need to get out of that short. I was talking and I forgot we were in that. Or that I said that. It's only up a little here, but at least I got some tail end gains and I got to actually explain things and I got to go through some shit. And I did call out the other move, but I do like to be clear, I did not take that other trade, regardless of calling it out. It was just a range I wasn't comfortable with. So if you guys had taken advantage of that on your own, or you were already looking at that without my help, good shit, honestly. And thank you for allowing me to be clear. I just, I don't want to come off as like biased. I don't want to come off as like you all have to follow me on this or that. Like I don't give a shit if anybody follows me on my trades or call outs or not. But I like to be open. So if anybody wants to take away from it, they can. And holy shit, this is saving me. Me explaining for 2 minutes didn't fuck me. My 693 went in the money just now, guys. Fuck yes. I just said in the chat, called out some late 693 scalps for anybody who waited like I did in stream. Just because I know not everybody's the exact same as me. Some of you guys probably were shorting it before that. And we can start to take some here now. Let's see. Wait, why did it? Oh. I was like, why did my contract just jump $22? And then I look back to my left and I see why. All right, we're going to take it there. And then I think I'm going to leave one just to see if it goes through that level or not. Just to let the blood pump a little bit more. Even though one on the screen isn't really the worst. I don't like how big that is. It's going to make someone think I bought early. I don't want to show that. So honestly, guys, the best way to do your ovals is making a small oval outside of it and then going to the thing. Because I bought out the tail end of that hammer after it closed, or right as it closed. And see, I didn't have like some crazy entry. Look how late I was. I waited for all of that to happen because I didn't trust it. Was watching on the 1 minute, was watching the sectors, and I don't think I would have entered that if I didn't see this keep going down. If I didn't see this keep going down, because if that was bouncing and tech was going to keep going down, I was like, I don't trust it as much. Because, like I said earlier, banks and healthcare don't always go the same. Like you see, these are actually bouncing while I was shorting that, but these weren't. So I was happy with that, and these way more. That was dumping. That was dumping. So seeing 4 of the top 6 or top 5 dump just gave me a little extra confidence. I'm glad I didn't click on this one. That would have probably scared me a little. And I posted that in the wrong channel. Also, I'm glad I made that clear because I think some people come in here and think, that we don't lose or that all we do is call outs or this or that on like certain things. And we just like, no, it's because like we do the same thing every time, And I like to also make clear that very first trade I didn't even take. I just called it out. The second one I did. But you can see even I wasn't even the most confident just because I know how bullish we can be above some of these levels. Oh, man, I'm fucking tired of talking already. But that was honestly kind of fun to do, go over and stuff. All right, and I think I'm going to take that last contract here with that touch of target. Oh, that would be a little late to closing it because I'm trying to type at the same time. 140. I'm honestly not mad about that. Nice. Sometimes, too, I like looking at the options contract itself. You could be like, well, let's check it out. From the hammer to this, how much did it move? And then you'll see probably the contract didn't move that crazy. And then you'll see from here to here, that's where it started moving more. But you could just grab it, right click it and stuff and show it on your chart. This is like the theoretical value, but you should more or less just be focused on this. So if you go back to that, you're like, oh, well, I really like the 905 candle and I want to see how much it moved to 910. Then you go back to it and you're like, well, what was the 905 candle? It's this candle. So 97, a little under 100. And then you see, oh, it really didn't move that much on that next candle. Oh, that's where it started to just finally free up a little bit more. It's kind of cool. I don't look at that too much, but it's kind of nice to look at just to see how the options actually move. Wait, did I just catch the same price of options contract 2 days in a row? Why do those numbers seem so familiar? Oh my god, I did the same thing 2 days in a row on the same guys. Guys, this is insane. I was like, why are these numbers so familiar? Bro, check this out. This is yesterday. I called out SPY same day 693s. I got in at 94. I trimmed at 140. If you go to today, 98. Okay, wrong. Those are the exact same numbers. But it's the same contract, 693s. And remember, I almost took the 694s when we were calling this out, and I was like, I'm going to wait for a better trade under this area. So I waited. Me waiting forced me to almost do the exact same thing I did yesterday. Oh, wait, no, technically that's wrong. Because this was to the upside. This was to the downside. But we did the same thing on almost the exact same con with almost the exact same pricing. And that's just nuts. I'm not going to lie. When I was looking at that, I was like, wait, am I having deja vu? That fib from previous day open to previous day close. What is Kevo talking about? He said, damn, that fib from previous day open to previous day close is banging. Which one is he talking about? Or is he just reviewing and he just happened to mention that? Sup, B? What's up, Gary? My bad, bro. I've been reading a lot. And I was trying to get out of that trade because I do have the tendency to talk and read chat and then forget I'm in a trade. Because sometimes I want to get in it. Huh? I just read Discord. PDCP better give. Intel cured cancer. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Oh, Tobias shorted from previous day close. He called that out in Discord. What a legend. I'm always surprised when I go there. I'm like, man, nice call outs, guys. I don't know why. I should stop being so surprised. A lot of you have a pretty good grip on what the hell you're doing. I'll just stay out of your way. Hello, Intel. Where's the line? Guys, good shit though. Did anybody? And I don't like to ask this too much. I'm more asking this out of like reinforcement for you guys. But did anybody catch those plays or at least mental rep them with me? Maybe you're not scalping right now. Maybe you're not ready yet. Maybe you made some decision outside of all this, and you're just watching. But regardless of you guys catching that or not, I hope you did at least get a mental rep or some sort of something like that, for practice, just so you can get those reps in before you actually try to do it yourself or before you do it at all. Mental rep, nice. I still find that to be important. Maybe you weren't comfortable with something. Maybe that's not what you're focused on right now. Whatever the reason may be, I don't care. I'm just saying to both crowds, don't feel ashamed if you didn't catch that and you're just practicing right now. And if you did catch it, you should be very happy right now. Chilling. Mento was making breakfast. Oh, bro, what'd you have for breakfast? Or what'd you make? Did anyone else have breakfast? Feel free to share. Patience and discipline, nice. And honestly, if you were planning to short any of this today and you missed when I was talking about the second one and you were definitely in here, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you are scared. Because if you didn't even get that one, you're definitely just waiting too long. Maybe you didn't like that it was single directional, but you have to understand the value of these levels when they're breaking and what candle is breaking them. It's not like I was on the 1 minute saying, "Oh, guys, one candle closed on." Like, guy, we broke it, and there's a 5 minute hammer. We had to wait 6 minutes for that trade to work. Ooh, it's not the scariest, So if you were planning to short that and you missed the second mention I brought up in stream, I have to tell you that you are just scared. You need to know that. If you weren't planning to trade that and you didn't like how single directional that was, I think you just need to understand the candlestick patterns better. But maybe you're someone who's been burnt on single directional moves, then whatever, you're just sticking to things that you've experienced before. And I'm not going to judge that. I'm not going to sit here and be like, you're stupid. That's a bad trade. That's a good trade. Like, no, you're just dodging past experiences. I don't mind that. That's what your forte is. So don't take any of that personal, guys. I just got to tell you how it is. So, but I'm speaking to multiple mindsets there. You see how I'm not just saying, if you guys took that, you're a legend. If you didn't, you're stupid. Like, no, there's probably all kinds of reasonings. Some people might not have liked single directional movement and they were on this time frame. Some people might not have gotten the setup they specifically are looking for and they're just trying to limit themselves to it. I really can't judge those people either. Shout out to those people. But if you were genuinely trying to short that and it just scared you, like, you have to hear that. You need to know that you are just scared. There was a lot of clear signals there. Tea and some eggs. Damn, that actually sounds really good. You make sweet tea or you make it unsweet? And then you like pour a bunch of shit in it. Or what kind of tea we talking here? My wife made me waffles and bacon. What? So you just have like the greatest wife ever then? Waffles and bacon. God, bacon sounds so fucking good all the time. Sweet tea. Oh, brother. I'm from South Texas. That sounds so motherfucking good. Actually, wait, Bob Johnson, aren't you in Texas? Are you the guy I'm thinking of? Fasting, unfortunately. Fuck, Alex. Yeah, focus on trading right now, dude. Don't listen to things I'm talking about. Not Georgia? Okay. Close enough. Culturally close enough. I took the hammer on the 5 minute at 10:05. Did not take it on same day. Went out 3 days. That's fine, Joe. Let me see what you did here. You said 10:05. Is that my time? No, that it can't be my time. 9:05 my time. Wait, did you trade the same thing as me? You traded the same entry as me, brother. I was like, wait, hammer on 5 minute, 10:05. Did not take it on same day, went out 3. Brother, it's okay if you get a different expiration. I am not complaining. I'm so happy, D. Good shit, Joe. Can we get a round of applause in the chat for Joe, guys? I do also believe he took that on his own accord. I don't think he was like sitting here and going, oh, Bueller said this, Bueller said that. Let me do this. Let me do it. Like, I'm pretty sure Joe did that on his own, too. Round of applause for Joe, guys. Hammer on the 5 minute, 10:05 EST, 9:05 CST. Took his own expiration. Microsoft in trouble looking at it from the monthly, significant gap for the downside. Oh, you said the monthly. I was like, wait. Had me scared for a second. Retaking previous day control point. Good call out. Same boat as Meta. Yikes. E. And yes, we love to see the Joe love in here. Good shit. We like to see traders mentioning patterns with positioning, don't we, guys? And this might just be a strong seller day if all these sectors keep doing what they're doing. All right, guys. XOK is at the previous day control point. Actually, that's a little off, but ignore it. Guys, XOK key level. If this keeps breaking and selling under 146.11, we will most likely see a continuation of this dump. Though all these other sectors are kind of bouncing, not XLC. Some of these are kind of bouncing, at least short term. And I see Staples slowed down, which is a good sign. Some of the defensive sectors chilled the fuck out. Discretionary has still not moved an inch. That one really hasn't moved too much. What's up, Joe? Zeros are still a little crazy for me. What do you mean? What am I missing? What do you mean zeros, though? Like your gains? Volatile. Oh, yeah, this shit is pretty volatile, but... Oh. I got you, dog. I got you. I was like, what is he trying to say? No, bro, you're good. You're good. I got you now. Okay. No, you're right. You're right. That's why I tell people, like I might be calling those out, but that's because I need to have, like, a standard of calling the same thing out all the time. Like, quick. Because you'll see, like, none of my scalps are that long. Like, you're never going to see me hold a scalp for 30 minutes. I genuinely don't know why people do that. And then they're like, yeah, I'm scalping. Brother, I don't know who told you this, but if you're having to hold a trade for that long, that's not scalping. And then people will be like, well, Google says an hour, brother. So, no, I respect you for just doing your own thing. I don't give a fuck. If there's some reason or logic behind it, that's all I care about. If you're just like, yeah, I just did it because I felt like it, like, okay, that's not really helpful. But if you're like, oh, I don't like this, or I like this, or I don't like that, like, okay, that's something. That's actually something to go off of, you know? But no, thanks for sharing that. Because, yeah, I don't mind if you guys go off and choose your own contracts. I'm just trying to provide a standard. So if you hear me say 694s, you know I'm always talking about same days and that I'm not going to be in it for, 30, 40 minutes. If I'm calling out my swings are a little different because they're, like, I actually have time to, like, type it all out. I'm not going to sit here and type out scalps. If you're following someone that types out scalps, I'm sorry to let you know this, but you're getting scammed. It's just absolutely absurd when someone types out buying in at 0.92, buying in at 0.94, and then you're just expected to trust that they actually bought at that, and then you're just expected to follow them, and then by the time they're typing, I'm selling at 9-9. I'm just gonna get out for super small gains and keep my money, bro. By the time you're going and closing that out, you're probably red. You're probably losing money on a trade they're break even on. You know, it's like that's not really fun. So that's why I set the standard in here. Like, yes, I do call out. You can't even see my air quotes I just threw up. We do call out, but I'm not gonna sit here and hold someone's hand. You know, so if someone also on the other end of that and here like you wants to make like their own decision and be like, well, I don't like that expiration, then do it. You know, do it. I'm not here to hold you to something. I hope you stick to the right levels and stuff, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you what to trade, how to trade it. Like on the contracts, you can choose what you want or what you're comfortable with. If you don't like anything I'm choosing, that's totally fine. I actually prefer to see that because I'm like, wow, look, guys, Joe can think for himself. You know, it's not like I'm sitting here and going like, oh, Joe, do this, do this, do that, do that, do this, do this, do that. Like I'm not holding your hand at all. So at the end of the day, I can truly sit here and be like, yeah, this is all Joe. You could maybe sit there and be like, oh, thank you, Billy, thank you for this and that. But it's like, bro, 99.9% of the things were all done by you. You clicked it, you charted it, you traded it, you thought it out. You had to trust it. You had to sit through it. You had to feel all the emotions I did. You know, it's 99.9% you. So that's why I like to kind of raise my traders like that here and hold them to a higher standard because and somebody said it in the chat yesterday. I know it's like dark and horrible sounding, but like, what if I'm just not here one day? What if I die? What if I get run over by a fucking truck? A plane comes through my house and hits me. Like, just, you never know in life. And if I left you guys and all I did was make you follow every little thing I did and I left you, you guys are all going broke that next week. Like, you're all fucked. You're all homeless. You're all needing to find new jobs, you know? But in this example, in the one we're doing, you know, if anything bad happens or something happens to the chat or something happens and we're just not here anymore, you know, you guys can literally still do this on your own. And I'm not saying that's coming or anything. We're going on 7 years now. We're one of the oldest groups on Discord by a mile. And we did it all without scamming our own people. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool that pans out. But yeah, I don't know. Just deeper thinking on all that. I like people in my chat who think for themselves, which I think is why I probably appreciated having a smaller number of people. Again, I'm not new to having a larger fan base. You know, we had over 1,000 people in each stream. I'm not new to that. We've done it. We've been there. We done it. I definitely like having a smaller knit group. I definitely do. I feel like it's good for my mental. I feel like I've been trading way better. My callouts are a lot more clean. I'm explaining myself a lot better. We're going through a lot more things, not just the levels, but the sectors, the other things that are providing confidence for us to actually take some of these trades or to even think of them, you know? To come up with the trade is like, you know, a lot of the time people are just making shit up, but we're actually following it up with actual reasoning and why we think this, why we think that, the logic of it all, and trying to repeat it over and over and over again. Sometimes it's not the exact same. Like today, it was almost literally the exact same, just different direction. But yeah, I really do hope some of these streams and some of these breakdowns help you guys, or you get something out of it at least. Especially if you're someone who supports this channel, or you support this Discord, or you support anything I've ever done. I really do hope you are getting something out of this or something. I truly mean that. I do not care about a re-sign up. I don't care. Like, I really do hope you're getting something out of this. I'd rather be remembered by like, oh, this guy helped me out with this and that than, oh, I used to pay to be in his server. Like, that sounds horrible. I don't want to be remembered by that. I used to pay that guy money to be in his server. Like, no, I don't want to be remembered by that. I'd rather be remembered by like, yo, that's the guy that taught me previous day control point, current day open. You know, oh, that's that 50% guy. That's the guy that doesn't shut up in his 4-hour streams. That's the sector guy. That's the guy that taught me XOK, you know? That's what I want to be remembered by. I don't care about. That's the guy that made me $1 million. Like, I don't want to be remembered by that either. I don't want to be someone that's like getting all that attention because they got one person rich. Like, that looks scummy. Because 9 times out of 10 it is. There's a lot of groups who've done that too. There's a lot of groups who will have like somebody who already knows how to trade, like they're probably like a beast at it, and they'll act like a newbie getting trained by the owner. And then in like a month or 2 months time, they'll be making like all this money, and it's like such a miracle. And they'll be like, oh, dude, it's because the owner, dude, he taught him so much shit one on one and stuff, bro. Let's pay him all of our money. It's like a fake image, and then you realize, like, wait, that guy he was teaching has been a trader for like 6 years. What the fuck's going on? That guy's been doing this, and yeah, that stuff's weird too. Give a man a fish, feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, feed him for life. You teach us to fish. Thank you for passing it forward. Thank you, man. Thank you for even accepting it. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Is I appreciate you guys. Anybody in here, even if it's just one or two of you, it makes it worth it to me. You know, even if just one or two people like actually accepted anything we've ever gone through here, like I don't care, you know. But that's what that means to me. It means the most. Thank you, Joe. And I hope you guys do the exact same to any other newbies in here. You know, maybe not in the beginning of your journeys. I don't want you guys to be like, well, I just learned BB in all in a month. Let me go teach someone else. Like, no, 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 no. I don't want that. That's just weird. But if you're someone who's been here a long time and you truly feel like you want to give some shit back, and not just talking about money, I'm genuinely talking about the chat. And you truly want to give back, like each one teach one. Like bring that type of energy into the Discord, bring that energy into the streams. And a ton of you already do that. You know, anybody in here who comes in here and you just drop an update, guess what? You're helping other people. You know, there might be some newbie in here who's just kind of lurking and he sees three of you go, good job, Joe. You know, oh guys, we're testing PDCP. Like when people see that shit, they're like, what the fuck is PDCP? And it gets them intrigued. It makes them go, oh wow, a lot of you guys seem to trust this. You know, and you can't be like, well, how is this gonna work? It's not like there's fucking 16,000 of us trading the same strat. Let's be honest here, guys. There's a lot of people who took my system before we started using the 50% shit, you know? A lot of people took my system and only use pre-market high and previous day levels. They don't use current day open the same way as you and me. They don't use previous day halfway point the same way as you and me. They don't use gap 50% the same way as you and me. They don't know what a lead test is. They don't know what a buy the dip method is. Like they don't know these things. You know, so they can take all the levels they want. They're never going to get the actual thinking behind everything, the logistics to everything. They're not going to understand the theoreticals behind everything. They're not going to understand the entry types. They're not going to understand how we do things. So they could take the levels all they want. That's why we make free indicators of my system. I want people to take the levels. There's people out there who take my levels and sell it into other servers and make an entire server out of it to sell as memberships just because the levels work so well. You know, you guys should be proud you're above those type of people. You're using that system plus more. And guess what? You're actually getting it from the source. You're not just sitting here going to some third party bullshit. You know, now they're your levels. They're yours. They're not mine. They're yours. You came here, you earned it. What do the newbies need to know? Key levels. Key levels and how to use the context around them. And in short, I made that sound very simple, but it's not. Basically, like your current day open, your previous day control point, your gap 50% on days that we actually get a gap, you know, marking those three, and then understanding candlestick patterns, understanding that there is a order to operations, like the videos on my channel, like the explanations we do here in every stream. There is an order to things. You know, if we go up and reject previous day high and we break previous day close, we're probably going down to current day open, if it's not already there, to break that. You know, there's always like theoreticals behind everything. There's probabilities behind everything. That's what the newbies need to learn. Because learning the levels isn't newbie. Like learning the levels is like being born. I would say noob is like finally learning like everything else, and then once you've learned that, you don't have to worry about anything. You know, then it just becomes practice, and that's what the true hardest part is. The hardest part isn't starting. The hardest part is maintaining. Anybody can click a trade. Anybody can throw a level on a screen for a couple weeks. Like that's cool and all, but like to do it in and out is a lot of work. If you were to go through the Discord and see how long I've been posting spy watch lists, spy plans, like some of you would be like, "What the fuck?" And you know it's funny too. Like I always say this, but it honestly isn't for the Discord. Like it's not even for you guys. Yes, it's part of my job to go in there and throw some shit in there, but at the end of the day, I'm doing that for my own little routine, I guess. You know, like I feel the need to go post SPX. I feel the need to post spy. I feel the need to go through the sectors at least once a night. Not just on Sunday, but each night during the week, you know, knowing that the next day I'm well informed, I'm aware, I understand what's up and down, I understand the possibilities of things. Some people come in here for the first time and be like, what the fuck, how did he know above this, below that, you know, that it would do that? You know, it's like it's literally just because we've been preparing for days. It's not like I'm using just 5 seconds of information to get that context, like to understand that. I'm using days and weeks of information that I've been using up to that point to understand that, you know. I truly do believe in that movie theory shit where it's like, you know, like when you're watching like a murder mystery and like in the beginning of the movie, you're like, I think this guy did it, but you don't have any context. You're literally just trolling and guessing. That's fine, but that's low probability. You're gambling. And the second part of the movie, you know, you probably have a lot more context. You probably understand the characters more. You're probably able to actually take a decent guess, right? And that's kind of what you're doing in trading. You're gathering as much context as you can. You're kind of understanding the probabilities of each situation, and then you're taking risk. Understanding that if you're right, you'll do this. If you're wrong, you'll do this. There's a condition to if you're right or wrong. You know, it's not just hold it and you win money. Not enter win money. Like I wish that's how it worked, but then you got to micromanage it after you get all of that done. You know, and that's what I'm saying. Like it's not easy to maintain doing that all the time. That's very hard. But yeah, that's about it. Bueller taught me how to properly chart structure using a consistent system. Jesus, I can't speak English. I know I didn't teach y'all English because you'd all be mixing your words like I do. Forever grateful. Previous day close. Previous day high levels. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate you, dog. And thank you for being here for so long, man. You've always done a good job of passing down the information to literally anyone. So I appreciate that. Can you check out Atos from EU or Intel? Yeah, we could look at Intel. We looked at Intel earlier, just because it's kind of badass. Why's my chart all messed up? There we go. I mean, look at that thing. I really only pay attention to this because of Alst in the chat. He's done a really good job of calling this out a lot. He also held a really long swing on this. I was pretty proud of that. No way, dude. I literally said eyeballers were going to beat FaZe, and it actually happened. I was half trolling. Will it still go up? I don't know. I mean, Intel has that like whole thing running for it right now, where like it's just its product is just on the top shelf. I mean, everybody wants a piece of Intel right now. So I mean, to be honest with you, I wouldn't be shocked if it kept going up. But you got to watch this on the weekly. You can't watch this chart on the daily time frame anymore. You have to watch it on the weekly. It's gonna be a lot slower, a little bit more boring, but you have to. It's the only way to participate in any of its continuation. Or should I wait for finance report because I'm up? I mean, if you're up that much, you might as well just wait. That's crazy, by the way, FIPO. That's on shares, right? You and Alice are probably up a pretty similar amount, I think, then, on shares. If he has shares. You bought at 1877. Yeah, that's crazy. That's insane, dude. Really, really good buy. You're not sweating at all. Be real quick. What was the name of the anime movie or series you recommended on our previous discussion here? I've been on a kick lately. You got to give me some hints of what I mentioned because I talk about a lot in here, a lot of different animes in here, and I love all of them. It's the saddest thing. I have my favorites, but they're all really good. So it's that is a hard one to remember. Did I mention anything else? Give me a hint. Can you remember anything else that I said? Sailor Moon? No, I did not say Sailor fucking Moon. Elite ball knowledge, though. I have to ask Alex that because it's genuinely just like I probably have talked about like 6 or 7 different ones in here. I didn't mean to do the meme number on purpose. I just realized what I said. Kevo. And then the next second I see the chat move up. It says 6-7, bro. I didn't mean to say the meme number. That was genuinely on accident. Yeah, because I've talked about Demon Slayer. I've talked about Attack on Titan. I've talked about One Piece. I've talked about Jujutsu Kaisen, Hunter x Hunter. I've talked about a lot of them in here. That's why I don't remember. And then when you said anime movie, the only anime movie my brain could think of was the Jujutsu Kaisen movie, but I know I didn't talk about that in here. Or the Jujutsu Kaisen movie. Oh no, I just said that twice. The Demon Slayer movie. My problem is I don't want to invest right now because of the AI bubble, or at least not in tech. I mean, you might want to look to just other sectors then, if that's what your ordeal is. Like, probably a little too late right now to look at staples, but like the past couple weeks, staples, those were all on discount, and though they're the most boring, ones, they end up being some of the craziest, like, just long-term holds. Kind of like what you're doing with Intel, like a Walmart or a Costco or a Coca-Cola or a Pepsi. Like, you don't have to believe in the product, but like those stocks are boring and just go up long term. So whenever they're on like discount and tech stocks are cooling off or indecisive, staple stocks are good to look at because they're seen as defensive. So that's like another good one. But yeah, maybe it's just sectors like banks right now are cooling off from running freaking crazy. Discretionary and comms are kind of in the same place. Healthcare is another one that's cooling off. One Piece, that's the one. Bet. Alex, just to give you a like brief fucking warning though, don't start it unless you actually think you can do it. Because I've seen a lot of people complain that it's too long and the pacing's slow, but I'll be honest with you, I was one of those people that got hooked before episode 40. And you need to understand that anime has over 1,100 episodes and it's still running. They just took a break, and in April or May, they're coming out with more. This is like the first break in the history of ever. But yeah, have fun though. It's a journey, but you'll see why it's my favorite. And when you get through those 1,100 plus episodes, you'll be like, damn, that wasn't enough. I need more. I remember you saying this. Yeah. It's long, but it's like it's by far the best anime I've ever seen. And I've seen the big three, so you can't even give me that bullshit of like, well, what about that anime? What about that? I've seen them all. I've seen all the big ones. I've seen the big three. I took time to see Dragon Ball. I took time to see Naruto. I took time to see them all. Bleach, it all, everything. One Piece shits on everything by a mile. Now, don't get me wrong, the pacing is a little slow in the beginning, but when you get to the end of it, you'll be like, wait, I kind of like that I did that. You'll be happy you had all those episodes. Trust me, it's that good. No glaze. That's not even me glazing it yet. But yeah, have fun, man. I'll see you in like 9 months. Luffy? Yeah, hell yeah, Luffy. Vox Machina is funny. Bro, honestly, I thought he was talking about an expensive sticker thing. Oh, this one. I have seen the trailer on that. Oh, this is the Prime anime, isn't it? I actually think I don't really watch Prime, but I've seen Prime doing really well. Prime's been doing really well with like new releases and shit, especially on like animated things like cartoons and like just like anime series and shit. They've been doing really good on that. There's that superhero show. I forgot the name of it, but that one's like really doing amazing. It's doing amazing. I don't know what it is with Amazon and like superhero shows too. They're just so good at it. BlackRock looks interesting to invest in short term. That's what BlackRock thinks about all of us. What part of the United States should I buy today? Astralis versus Fnatic. I can't believe we're back to 694, but I can believe we're back to 694 after that basing, right? Getting that impulse move. And I really need to start quizzing you guys on that more because I don't see enough of you mention it. But like after we get a big dip or we get a big rise, the very first thing that happens after is a impulse move or reaction. So this is like your impulse move or reaction. And then what you're looking for to see if this is lying or not. In this case, since we're going down to up, let me go down to up. You're kind of looking for control over the 50% of that first move or reaction, right? So on smaller time frame, then you could zoom down to your 1 minute and you could look for a retake of this. Similar to how we look for like, oh, there's a breakdown here in the 5 minute. Let me jump to the 1 minute and see if there's something I can scout. You know, it's the same thing. So you're just looking for control over that, and this will indicate potential high or low holding. Also, not even a bad sign that it broke it. I think it's just important that on the very next candle it retook it. Right? If it had done anything more than that, it probably would have been a little bit more indecisive. But good potential high or low. It gives it potential to test levels that it fell from. So 694. But I wanted to go over that because it's not always fun to just talk about, oh, it just dropped. Look how clean that was. Look at the dip. Sometimes the recovery is boring to talk about, but it's interesting how it pans out a lot of the time because the structure is almost the same every single time. But yeah. How's the stream going though so far, guys? It's been a lot of talking, breaking down, explanation, stuff like that. A couple call outs here and there. Drop a like on the stream if you guys haven't already. Share the stream link around. Helps out the channel a ton. I don't think we're gonna run it as long today. Like last week when we were just doing full day streams like nothing. But I did want to at least be productive when we were in the streams, going through things, even if there weren't going to be like big plays or callouts, which there still were. But I still like to go through the extra stuff just to make sure we're all on the same page. And because I feel like it's just good to be a little bit productive outside of trading. I think it's just good to go through the routine, go through everything, and kind of get it out of your head. Good muscle memory type stuff too. But yeah, hopefully you guys are doing good. As always, great stream. Thank you, Joe. As always, great viewer. Appreciate you. I won't lie, since you guys brought up breakfast, my stomach has been rumbling. Fuck you, whoever the first person that brought that up. That was Keith, wasn't it? Oh, dude, my stomach was like quiet as ever hell. And then someone said food. And it thinks it has to talk now. Watching Oxy for potential calls here. Potential swing. A little bit of Occidental Petroleum. I will add that to the list and I will check it out by the end of the day. I am trying to be better about not looking at this shit during the day, because I swear that fucks my win rate when I pay attention. But if I keep myself centered around just checking it at certain points of the day, we'll be fine. I might be superstitious, but damn it, I'm passionate. Good looks, by the way, Alex. Bro, I don't know what it was, but I didn't really sleep great again last night, so I'm probably going to sleep great tomorrow. But I don't know what it was, but I woke up today thinking it was Wednesday for some reason. I was like, nice, bro, third stream of the week. And then I was like, I like stopped for a second. I was like, wait, that doesn't feel right. I don't know why, man. I just woke up today. I was like, man, today's Wednesday. It's like my brain was like, yep, fuck Tuesday. Tuesday doesn't exist anymore. I don't know why. I didn't sleep good yesterday. I didn't sleep good today, so we'll see how tonight goes. It's my own fault though. You ever just like find a video and you just stay up? That's what I did. Just being human, man. Like you're down $5 overall, rocks, or you lost $5 after that trade, and you're still up. I took a call too early. I didn't have my lines marked for today. Getting up a bit late. Oh, dude, I feel that so on another level right now. Oh, overall, okay. Damn, that is bad then. I waited patiently for my first scalp, but not the second. God, man, I hate that. I hate that for you, to be honest. The only thing I could say, man, is just reset, honestly. Like, if that's truly what you did today, because you did have kind of an amazing start. I was like, damn, that was a pretty good trade. Really quickly, too. It really sucks that you did that on the second. But I'm gonna be serious with you, Rocks, and I need other people too to hear this. This isn't just Rocks. I see a few of you still doing this. But guys, if you're gonna be in my chat and you're gonna trade, and you're gonna talk about what you're up and down each day, I need to see it. It doesn't help me you just saying I'm struggling on this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. If you're not posting in here, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Just I'm trying to be like a real honest person here to you right now. Like it's the same 3-4 people posting. I'm posting, and I'm the one streaming and talking all damn day. So y'all have no excuses. So I want to start seeing more reviews in here by everybody. I'm not just talking to Rocks, but Rocks definitely reminded me. There's no excuses. Y'all need to be posting. If you have time to enter and exit a trade, you have time, even just 5 minutes at night. 5 minutes. Go to the bathroom real quick at work. I don't care. Find time. 5 minutes. Post your trade reviews in here, guys. I don't care if you trade and then you don't post the review until way later in the day. That's okay. If you want to post your results in here, that's great. But you need to be posting the review part of those fucking results. This channel is not called post gains so we can look cool, post losses so we can cry and complain. I need to be seeing results and the review. Okay, guys? Just being honest with you all. And thank you, Rox, for reminding me. Also, sectors. It's kind of unfair for you to be in my streams. I'm not just talking to Rocks. I'm genuinely talking to all of you again. Just want to make that very clear. I'm not targeting anybody on this. But I don't think it's fair for you guys to be in my stream and not be checking the sectors. Right? If you're gonna go take trades on something that definitely relates to the sectors, which is basically everything, then I don't see how we can grow. You got to focus on what are the sectors saying outside of what your levels are telling you. All of that context together is what helps us paint a picture, really, just to put it simply. Rocks, that's not what I said. Did I say go in there and post reviews when you think you're ready and know how to type? No, I didn't. Just being honest with you, I don't give a shit how you guys type in here. Go in here and put anything. But you need to, you want to see an example? Let's say you entered right here. Circle it. Did you exit right here? Circle it. That's it. If you don't know how to type anything yet, that's fine, but you need to at least be posting this, all of you. I didn't make this Discord so everybody can come in here and brag about their gains and bitch and moan about their losses. I need to be seeing it visually or I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to be honest. I don't care if you guys have a really shitty post and it doesn't look great. It's fine. It looks great to me. I don't give a shit. We'll talk it out. We'll make sense of it together in stream. You don't need to make sense of it like that. If you want to go in here and you want to type a bunch, you want to make sense of it, you want to just kind of get your thoughts out there. What notes did you have before, during, after? Get it out there. That's fine. Any amount of information is accepted, brother. And that's not just to Rocks. Rocks is awesome enough to have this conversation openly, but there's a ton of you that aren't even having this conversation openly. All of you need to be in here. But you guys need to be showing where are you entering, where are you exiting, why did you enter there? Share that. Why did you touch that? What was your reasoning? Just share your thoughts. Sometimes that's all that's needed. We don't need some detailed analysis report on the earnings reports and everything about the stock. We just need to see what were you thinking. Anyone can do that. Anyone can do that. That's not like some set way that only some people know. Like, no, everybody can do that. Oh, I entered here because I like this, I like that, I like this. Awesome, share that. I want to know. So we can refine that, so we can focus on trying to go for the same things over and over again, the things we know that work. And you're going to find things that work for you too. You're going to be like, man, I really fucking love trading under current day open, but only when we're under this level or above this level or blah, blah. Find your little conditions and stick to them. There's so many people in chat who find their favorite type of trade, and then they're like, man, I'm gonna just keep doing that. And yeah, so what? They get 3 trades a week, 2 trades a week, 4 trades a week, maybe less. That's probably just overthrowing it. But they get quality trades they understand. Right? How many times can you truly say that you understood your trades every time you took one? Probably never. Right? There's plenty of people in my chat who understand at least what they're going for every time they take a trade. I can name over 10 of them right now. So, I just want you guys to go out there and put yourselves out there. If you aren't posting your results, if you're not posting your review, I don't care about your results. I'm just going to be honest. It's impossible to connect to somebody who's only going, wow, look at me. I did so good. I made 10% today. That doesn't help me. That actually absolutely does not help me. Not saying that's what Rox did. Rox actually did a really good job of being in the stream and kind of sharing what he did. But that is a good example, though. Like, there are plenty of people who are doing the opposite of that. people who are taking this trade, sharing the results, and just being like, yeah, man, look how great I am, or man, look how bad I'm doing. It's like, brother, you're just showing me the light in the dark. I need to see what's actually the fuck is going on. What is causing this, you know? I just personally believe that's not really helpful for you or for me, for anybody in that situation. So hopefully some of you guys hear that and you start posting some of your reviews. But yeah, and don't think, because I see Rock said it, and there's probably plenty of you who think that, don't think you need to be at a certain point. You need to be at a certain level and build buys to be able to post in a certain channel. Brother, post what you want. Post what you think is good enough. There's no one in chat. I dare someone in chat to go in there and criticize you in a negative fashion. We're not going to be doing that. It's all constructive criticism, right? No one's going to go in there and be like, man, you're fucking stupid. This trade's horrible. Like, no, if someone does that, I will fucking ban them right then and there. I don't give a shit. We're not dealing with that shit. So there shouldn't be any, well, I'm not comfortable because it's scary in here. Like, brother, no one talks to each other in my chat that way. So everybody should feel comfortable enough to post in whatever channel they like. It's y'all's chat. Use it. Utilize it. Utilize the channels as a journal. If you go in there and you're like, man, I hope I'm not spamming too much, you're not. I'll let you know if you are. Go in there and treat it as a journal. There's too many people who aren't using it enough and then get pissed that their results aren't good enough or that they don't understand something. It's like, brother, I don't even ever see you type in chat. It's like, who are you? I sometimes see people complain. I'm like, who even are you? So I want to start seeing people put themselves out there, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. Now it's up. Damn, Theta was eating at it a bit, so I closed it. And yeah, let's draw some 50% drawdowns. I didn't get to do that today. I've been talking so damn much. So go from the high to the low, from the high to the low. It's probably good enough. Could probably draw the reverse one too, and then focus on it like a little zone, but I don't like to fill up my chart too much. You see, it's like a little clustered now. I guess actually it's not that bad. And then go to like the 1 minute, make it a little less clustered maybe. Excuse me. Sorry, I did not mean to cough into the mic. And all good, Rocks. Thank you for sharing that, man. And remember, don't use the wish word. I understand what you meant, though. I know what you really meant. Damn, you wish you had like the confidence or the strength to understand or the awareness, whatever it may be, to be like, yo, this is why I should keep holding it, and then caught a better gain or a bigger gain. But I am a little proud that you tried to go long, Rocks, because it does show me that you understand we are slowing down and reversing. So there's some promise there. I wouldn't say that was dumb. I wouldn't sit there and be like, man, you went long? That's stupid, bro. Like, no, I look at that, I'm like, damn, okay, he sees we were slowing down. And it's funny, Rocks, because what do we still have 9 minutes before? Or 8.5 minutes before? A little less talk and a lot more action, 100%. You're right, it was confidence. Yeah, I mean, I was just guessing at a couple things. I don't 100% know what it is. You're right, it was confidence I didn't have. And it's not about, like, confidence in the sense of, like, man, you got to care, you got to give a shit about yourself more, Rocks. You got to be more confident, man. Like, no, I mean, like, you probably just weren't looking at something correctly. Maybe you looked at the chart and you're like, oh, that candle scared me, or something like that, or maybe you saw a level break that you didn't like breaking, and then maybe I look at that chart and I'm like, what the fuck is this level? Like, why do you have this marked? So I'm not saying that's what you did. I'm just saying maybe there's something that doesn't need to be there, but I don't know because we're not sharing all of our reviews. That's why I'm saying, like, even if you just share what you have, that's fine. And if you don't have time right now, that's fine. Do it later tonight when you got like just 4 minutes to spare. But I would love to see what you did because I want to see your win, and then I want to see where things went wrong. Because it sounded like you had an overall productive day. But it seems like we can make it more productive if we actually kind of dig deeper on where it went wrong. Like, what could you have done from that? Because you went long, and I'm looking at the chart, and I'm like, man, he's clearly looking at it right because it did bounce. Like, it's a clear buy the dip reversal, right? There's 2 liquidity grabs here. We even talked about it on the 5 minute personally. on the other time frame. So I don't know. I mean, clearly you're looking at the chart right. So that's why I want to look at it too, because it's like, man, what did he mess up? What went wrong here? I want to see because it looks really good. Looks like you were aiming the right direction when you shorted it. You aimed the right direction when it was going long. So you have a really good feel and really good intuition on direction, which I think is a really good sign. Call me crazy. I think you got potential. Not just trying to be nice. As you've probably already seen too, I'm not always nice. I'm like, sometimes I'm just aggressive because I want people to give me their damn answers. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Like, you got to remember this. You got to remember that. I'm never going to like yell at somebody or like, actually be toxic or anything. But sometimes you got to talk towards somebody to really get their attention on some shit. Do you want to sit here and keep making the same mistakes, or do you want to actually listen to what's going on in the streams? Because I know the difference between the two when I see people in here. I see people that understand where things are going right, where things are going wrong, where we can improve. And that's truly being connected to what we're trying to do, understanding what we're trying to go for. Whereas there's other people, I'm not saying there's that many in here, but there are probably other people who just focus on the surface level shit. Yeah, I mark pre-market high and pre-market low. It's like, brother, if you're saying that to me, you have not paid attention to a single stream in the last year. Like, yeah, those are great levels and everything, but like, what else we got going? Anybody who's paid attention to anything I've said knows exactly what I mean by what are the key levels? What candlestick patterns are we looking for? Patterns with what? People who can finish these questions, finish these sentences, it's because I'm saying the same thing every stream, every week, every month, every year. So that's why I ask these questions. Feel free to engage and interact when you guys can. I know some of you are busy at work. You can't. I get that. But if you guys are able to type, a lot of the time I do throw out questions. Feel free to answer them. And a lot of the time I'm throwing out the exact same questions and little quizzes and stuff. So you guys get your muscle memory. Because I truly believe that getting that intuition, kind of what I was crediting Rocks there for, having that intuition, I think is a big edge. You shouldn't be guessing. You shouldn't get ahead of yourself, because that's truly where cockiness comes from, and you start to fuck up trades just because you think you can do anything and nothing can touch you. But when you have a really good grip on levels with direction and you have that intuition, man, nothing can stop you. The only thing that can really fuck up things is you. Like, you're your worst enemy when it comes to like when you're really feeling yourself and you're like, man, I know what these levels are telling me. I know what this candle's telling me. I know that this is bearish. Look at these lower highs. When you're really feeling it out, it's going to drop, or it's going to go up, and there's a high probability of it. You don't know 100%. You never will. You need to understand that too. You're never 100%. You will never have 100% confirmation of something happening. You'll have a really good feel for something. You can have a really good look at something, maybe even both, but you're never 100%. Nothing is 100%. There are things that are high probability, there are things that are low probability, and there are things that are right in between. So focus on that kind of mindset. Everybody, not just Rocks, everybody. And thank you, Rocks, for opening all this up. I bought one called 50% fib from yesterday. Okay, there we go. There's something I can work with. Oh, I'm on XOK. Sorry, let's go back to SPY. By the way, this is very important, guys. Please don't ignore all that charting I just did on that. That was very important. You guys don't need to see that, though. We can remove that. All right, what am I doing? All right. We'll go to the ACE chart. We'll delete this. All right, you said I bought one call at the 50% fib from yesterday, and it kept going down. That is when I bought. The 50% fib from yesterday. So do you mean the previous day halfway point? Or are you talking about the levels that we had from yesterday? Cue me in on that. 5-minute inverted hammer on Friday's close. Is it an emerging candle? Wait, what? What's an emerging candle? Levels from yesterday? Okay, that's what I thought. Because I was like, no fucking way does he mean this level. So you're talking about the combination of this and this, correct? These two? Holy shit, why isn't it letting me place that? You're talking about that, right? Rocks? And then, Gary, let me know what you meant by that emerging candle thing. I drew that close like you meant, but what do you mean by emerging candle? Friday's closed, correct? This level, right? Is that... I don't understand your question, is what I'm saying. You are correct on the inverted hammer. You are correct that it's against Friday's close. Those are all nice. But what did you mean when you said it is an emerging candle? Is that? I don't know. Truly don't know. Let's see. If we're drawing emerging candles, I mean, yeah, technically, yeah. Is that what you're asking? Is Friday an emerging candle? Yeah, technically it is. It closed a new high, so it's an emerging candle. It's an emerging high. And remember, all of this is important, especially because we're above this old all-time high. If you go from the open to the high of that candle, it's even more important because now you have one emerging candle, two emerging candle. If this holds over the 50% of this, like we're seeing on these two levels here, which is why I'm kind of glad Rox is talking about this level right now, is because if this holds above this, this is basically just a reset candle, and tomorrow could potentially just pump. So basically what I'm saying is as long as we're over these two levels, we should go up. If we start to break this level, there's a chance to go back down into the top of this level, which is what? The old all-time high supply. But yes, to answer your question, yes, that is an emerging candle, technically. I just don't think about it like that when I mark it like that on this time frame. I'm not thinking, oh, emerging candle. I'm just thinking, oh, that's Friday's close. I'm not thinking about it like that, to be honest. But yes, that is actually correct. I'm sorry. I don't know why I was so lost on that. And then back to you, Rocks. Yeah, and we were talking about this earlier in the stream too. I was mainly just mentioning the fact that there was a hammer and the fact that of this first move, if you go from the low to the high of this, you want to see the 1 minute hold some sort of bullish pattern over that. But this is kind of nice too, seeing it retake it. So you can see it as like a higher low. But let's see, what was that 1 minute like? Okay, so just a very strong bullish reaction. Good one here. Recovery, very clear recovery. Can't really talk much more about that one. Good retake. Higher low, continuation. Yeah. Pretty strong. But yeah, if you're buying around here, Rocks, I can't really sit here and be like, man, that was a stupid entry. Like, no, that was actually a good risk. Especially if you're buying after the retake of this level 692.90s. If you're buying over here, I think it's a little bit too early for my blood, because this could also just be a... If I go from the level, I can show you even more. If it was to break back below and it didn't retake this, like that would be a bearish retest, and that'd be going down to possibly break this level. So that first move, I think anything in between this, I think is a little too early for my blood. But any kind of sign of life around this area or retaking this level here, because it's the low to the high of the first reaction of the impulse move since the dip down today, I believe that would be a little bit more up my alley. Sorry, I drew a fib from today and it hit that 50% and dropped. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll just have to see it for myself on your chart then. True, but what a scalp that would have been. Oh, like away from it or into it. I mean, either or, really. But that's why I kept Friday's close marked today for the levels, as you probably saw already. Just because it was somewhat important. And not like this level was super, super important. It's just like, I don't know. There's a lot of really good levels, dude. I've charted this chart like 100 different ways, and it almost doesn't matter what you get. Just every example ends up being just super clean. See? Like, all I did was add the supply of previous day high for today. That was literally it. Everything else has already been marked. I don't know. That's why I like these levels. Because if you've ever paid attention to my old breakdowns, I used to always say the same saying. I don't really say it anymore, but like, the fact that all of these levels are basically on your chart before the day has even started is pretty crazy. Like the fact that I can go into the Discord and right after the market closes, I can update the levels and be like, "Hey guys, this should be what your chart looks like for tomorrow." Besides, of course, getting that next day's open and maybe a gap 50%. Like every other level is already there. I think that's truly what's important, is because you can already kind of sit here and visualize what can happen and what are the routes price can take based on the opens. Away from it, sweet would have been hard to get out. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that very heavily. What a dumper! I missed it. What a beaut. Bounce at the 0.52. Sheesh. Yeah, that's why I've left this marked. I can't believe how we had two levels like this make this chart so easy for us. When I saw we had like a 50% line up with the previous day control point, I was like, fuck, dude, I might be able to leave this on all week. I might end up deleting this level eventually, but since everything's so spaced out, it looks like I don't have to really mess with much. That's why I said today, like, I didn't even use the PDCP today because I didn't really need it. Everything else was so spaced out already, and even if you didn't mark it perfectly and you were like, well, I kind of want to include these lows from the previous day, like, that would have also been helpful, clearly. So it looks like you could have approached the chart a couple ways this week using just basic key levels and just key logic. AirPods will I paint for your sex? I thought that was FIPO typing for a second. Retake of 694 on SPY. That's pretty interesting. Let's go to tech real quick. Double confirm it real quick. You see how I'm always going back to the sectors too? You genuinely need these sectors. Because now you'll be like, oh, well, the second largest sector is not really doing shit. That's not helpful. Third largest, it's kind of recovering. It's kind of like SPY. It's just really slow up. Kind of makes sense. Comms are looking a lot better. Potential with that consolidation there. Healthcare recovered. They're not too far off of today's open after being down a pretty good amount, going down towards the previous day low. Now they're not even close to it now. And then staples are cooling off, which could short-term double confirm that, oh, wow, tech stocks can go up because defensive stocks are slowing down now. So we need a better retake of better levels, but this isn't a bad sign right now for tech, for anybody interested. Do I not have any levels above that? Or does it just look really bad on the 1 minute? Nope, it's decently kind of far. What is that? Oh, they're all drawdowns. That's right. That's another thing too. I need to not delete this chart because I drew this on a video and then put it in chat. So I don't want to delete it and then like it messes it. So even though every time I do delete it, I just draw it the same way anyway. Because the drawdowns are just so fun to draw. But I guess there isn't much to draw there. I could draw that level, but then it's like, fuck, now I'm just putting another level there. So I kind of like how clean it is. Keep it a little simple. Yeah, this chart's pretty important to see if the market can keep recovering. And that's another thing too, Rocks. Like I think one thing you could have done without seeing your trade specifically, when you were buying and you were liking the bounce that you were feeling that intuition, this is a chart that you need to come back and look at. You need to be looking at this if you're going to trade SPY. Because if this is bouncing and you like how this is looking, you should be even more confident. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa. Maybe it looks like shit. And you're like, oh, wow, okay, yeah, this does confirm I do need to get out. I don't like this anymore. You know, it tells you so much. So I would at least add this to your routine if you can. Just even if you don't add levels to it, you just keep it naked. You just want to look at the candles. That's fine. Whatever. I only add levels to it because I genuinely do look at it every single day in stream. I post it every day in chat as well, just because it is genuinely that important to me. By the way, thank you guys for all the likes of the stream. 25 nuts. Thank you guys again. No ads. I told you guys. Actually, unless you don't have YouTube Premium, then you're getting ads from YouTube, not me. How was the stream though? Now that the first phase of the day is over. Let me know something you guys have gotten out of it. What is something you've learned or something that maybe you already knew and you just were glad it was repeated? What is something that, I don't know, anything. I'm brain farting now. It's good to stretch. You guys are just sitting there. Make sure you stand up for a second. Breaking news: Trump to interview BlackRock CIO for Federal Reserve Chair. Oh God. Oh God. Damn, Rigney took a call, got out real quick, got small profits, got into a put, then it dumped super fast. He probably got really good profits on that second trade. That's crazy. See, look what Rigney did. Rocks and anyone else who might think that they don't think they have the abilities to post in here, like, he didn't do anything special. I still like this a lot because he shows what levels he had marked. His are super well labeled too, so you don't have to do all that. But he just says calls out, poots out. And my chat type's poots. I don't know what puts are. It's poots. Reviewing sectors is huge. Tech might save the day. Yeah, tech's trying. I think that's why I'm stuck on watching it because I'm like genuinely impressed. Plus, I think it's important to note, how did you guys feel today when we were down and it was looking like we could have broke 146s like on tech or on SPY, pushing lower? I bet we all felt that same thing where it was like, man, this could just dump all day. And then now you're looking at a chart where it's like, man, now it's recovering. What the hell? We're looking at tech. It's crazy how things can just change. So you need to be reminded of that. How things can just change that quick. And that's why you don't see me hold scalps for like more than like 20, 30 minutes tops. Like, and when I say that, that's a lot. Because a lot of my scalps are like 10 minutes or less. Like, you don't need to be sitting in trades that long. You're trading options, not equity. The quicker you understand that, the less money you're going to lose. And then the phases of the day. Like, you saw how we just dumped, and then towards the end of the first phase of the day, we started basing, and now we're pushing over as we're getting towards the second phase of the day. Like, that's not random. That's very calculated. Oh, there's not more time on the chart. That's why it's not doing that. Makes sense. And thank you guys again for all the likes on the stream. If you guys take time to share the stream link around, no matter what, thank you. I haven't had time to check a lot of things out. I just saw my portfolio's up 2% in this day and 5% over the last 7 days. Yeah, I mean, it's been a slow grind up the last few days on most sectors, especially tech. And then here today, it is definitely looking like we could have pivoted even lower from the 146s on tech, and even SPY could have pivoted lower, but this recovery has been really nice. It's funny too because this isn't even that crazy of movement too. We're looking at this and everyone's like, "Oh my god!" Like SPY's only down 0.06% right now. The fact that staples are green and tech is green too is like kind of a warning sign to me that things are just kind of indecisive right now. And even though we're holding over bullish levels, like we probably should favor the buyer favor. So every dip that we see we should be buyer biased until proven the other way is what I'm trying to say. I was about to say till prove it guilty. I was like, what? That didn't sound right. Then I was like, wait, what the fuck am I talking about? Just sharing my inner monologue with you. Holy shit, Bitcoin's at 93.5K. Bitcoin's up 2.5% today. Coin's up 3.4. Damn, rocks. Spot call 199, 295 back up. Nice, dude. I'm actually proud of you for that. I don't think that's over trading yet. I mean, I think if you go any further, it could be. But I think you did really good on that because it's a good confidence builder, kind of just re engaging what you were already doing. You know, you were already bullish, you were just re engaging. And hopefully you didn't just randomly buy. Hopefully you found a spot of the chart where you're like, okay, this is a good spot. If I was to dip in again, this is where I would do it. Like, hopefully you did that kind of thinking with yourself. If you did, man, I'm even more proud of you. Good shit. Sold right at the top. Fucking legend. Yeah, it is getting kind of near the high of the day. When I look at like highs and lows of the chart, I really am looking at like the high to the open of that green candle. So let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty fucking close. And then low of day, I'm thinking low to top of last red candle. So like way the F down here. Good shit, dude. Good shit. W rocks. So you're a music studio. Do you make music or you like record, like have a recording studio that other people make music in? What's that about? By the way, shout out to Leonard Buck, bro. He always be retweeting and fucking liking my stream tweets. That's a fucking real one. Honestly, I never even checked my Twitter enough to see who's even liking and shit on my stuff. I have no idea how my page is doing. Yo, check out this tweet though. Insert this why he's the goat gif or gif, however you fuckers pronounce it. I don't even know what this ticker is. I don't even know what I'm looking at. But I read rounding bottom, and that got my attention. Rounding bottoms are some of the most insane, slowest but strongest fucking chart pattern ever. And they're so visually pleasing too, honestly. It's got that aesthetic to it. Very cool. Shout out to my boy. I didn't even see he posted until, but that's sick. All right. New Hive down tech. Holy shit. That's insane. Let's see how the other sectors are faring, though. Yeah, banks are still near lows. The discretionary recovery is okay, but not the best. It's not like the tech recovery. But like I said, sometimes they're just late to the show if tech keeps going. Comms still around their lows, but they're basing. See if that continues or not. Healthcare slowing down after recovering. And staples are slowing down after their highs. You see the effect on SPY 2, pretty good recovery overall. Not like they're over the key level that helped us fall, but they got back to it. I think that's what's important. I always think of like the level we dropped from, like these levels like this. That's why I highlight them. Like I see them as like magnets. Like I see prices magneting to it, and though it might not get over it, or maybe it will, its first initial reaction is just to go hit it. Bro, is Lamb Weston halted? What's going on? Oh no, it is just actually down 0%. Okay, I was like, why is that not moving? And yeah, for anybody who's watching like Triple Q, you're probably fucking farming right now. Because this is basically just looking at Triple Q when I'm looking at this chart. It's just the only difference is that this is, I always call this pure blood tech because there is literally just tech stocks in it. Whereas in Triple Q, it's not like it's like enough to mess with the weighting, but there is some stuff that's not that tech related in it. Because it's NASDAQ. It's not just tech, it's just tech focused. But yeah. Man, my voice is getting tired. You can hear it because it's getting deeper. In my opinion, info is so much better than following callouts. What do you learn? Nothing from. Yeah, no, I agree. No, you're cooking with that. With call outs. That's why I stay here. The info teaches me to be more confident in my own trades. And yeah, I hope so, dude. I hope so, man. I'm really happy when I see you type stuff like that because, like you've heard me before. I've been like, yo, Rocks, I think you're over trading a little bit. Like right there, I didn't think you were. I think that was a fucking excellent recovery because, like, you were already long. You just kind of like stopped yourself from holding it longer, you know? But then you waited, you found another reason to get in, and then you were like, all right, let me just re engage what I was already thinking. And now it's working out so far. Oh, wait, no, you already got a lot. You're good. You already profited. You're already fucking looking good then. Good shit. Bueller also has a good round. Okay. Chill. You love a good round bottom, Maddie? I bet you do. Geez, Moderna, I see you. What is it doing, bro? What is Moderna doing? Oh, it's only at 38. Okay. I say only 38. Like, that's not crazy from where it was, but, like, I just meant because in my head, I still think of these days, dude. I still think of these days. When I think of Moderna, I think of COVID. I think of 2019 to 2021. The rise and fall of COVID stocks. Dude, I'll always remember when I called out Boeing at 89 a share, and I thought I was the fucking smartest fucking human being alive. And we took profit at like 120 for options, and we were up a lot. And we were like, oh my God, we're so fucking smart. Oh my God, we're so fucking good. Oh my God. And then it kept going, and it went above 200. And we were like, wow, we're so fucking stupid. We're so dumb. Oh my God, how are we so dumb? Like we had the euphoric moment, and then we had the what are we doing moment. I'll always remember that. That one was funny. And then Dylan called out Carnival Cruise Lines in Royal Caribbean, and I was always like, man, you're a fucking crackhead for calling these out. And then they ended up being like some of the smartest call outs I've ever seen. It's pretty awesome. The COVID days and the COVID crew. If anybody isn't here from the COVID crew, bro, that was like those days were crazy as fuck. People bitch about like before that when it was the China versus Trump trade war. People bitched about that, but bro, the COVID era was crazier. Honestly, if someone else sells your intro, then they're disgraceful. Just my, I know they are. There's just nothing we can do about it. Plus, honestly, I don't care. I think it's smart to weed out the idiots. Before, I used to care a lot. I used to let it get to me. I get real emotional about it. But now I'm like, man, it doesn't even matter if they have my system. They still don't have my system. To have my system, you need BB Theory. That's why I tell you guys to go watch that playlist so much. Because that's what is the true system. You know, the levels are nice. Understanding what levels are important are nice. But, like, understanding that there are probabilities between certain scenarios is very important to understand. If we're holding, like right here, let's talk about this visually. Like right here, we're bullish, right? Bullish, bullish, bullish. I'm still bullish. It is not until this candle is rejecting this after making a new high that I'm starting to be like, oh fuck. Not when it closes down. When it rejects and when it makes a new high and rejects, that's when you and me should be like, oh fuck. Let's go see what that looks like on the 1 minute because it's probably easier to see. Right? And remember on the 5 minute, just to show what the hell this level is, it's just the open of the last green candle when the high of day happened, right? So I'm just drawing the supply of the high of day. Previous day high. So you go over here, and you can see it here visually too. Like, yeah, this is kind of nice if you're just looking here for buyers. Like, and this is about the time we were like, yeah, we're still bullish, right? Like, oh, that's nice, really, not bad. It's not until we see this, right? The fact that it popped up and made a new high, and then didn't closed, then closed lower. It's like, why is this so indecisive? This should be closing over and like something should be happening now that we've built this base. Why are we thinking that? Because this should be giving it enough strength to move higher. It shouldn't come up here and struggle. And if it does struggle, what does that tell us? Remember, not just getting information, but using the opposite of it. If this is struggling, it's not just, oh shit, we shouldn't be bullish anymore. It's like, damn, this could actually give it the energy to fucking dump because it didn't make its move yet. We're still looking for the move to be made. So because it failed here, it provides liquidity. And let's say this came down and didn't close. It's easy to be like, well, it closed under, it dumped. Fucking idiots. How do y'all not see that? Let's say it didn't. Let's say the hard scenario happened and it didn't close over or under, and it closed down here. We're still looking for that move. We're still looking for the basing. There's a good chance it could have held it bounced above this again. And we could have had new highs. So you never know. But it's about understanding the probabilities between these levels and understanding like, oh, well, this context and this context is telling me we should be moving up soon. And if we end up failing, it's kind of the exact opposite. It's like, damn, if we're failing even after looking this good for buyers, oh shit. That's really what we should be thinking. And so I truly hope you guys, and that's just a super basic, super boring example. Please God, guys, if you have access, where's it at? Go to the channel, BB Theory, right there. If you have access to that, click it. You have access to it if you go to the membership tabs. If you're a YouTube member, you have this. If you're a member in my Discord, you have this. If you don't know where the fuck to look, just ask me and I'll just relink it to you. Don't be shy. Don't be like, damn, I hope I don't piss Bueller off. Brother, please ask me for the link. I'm begging people to watch this playlist. Only my members can see it, and there's almost 1,000 views on it. So, yeah. No, FIPA, this is like the end game of the system. This is like, I would say this is like advanced. Like once you understand what all the key levels are and what the fuck all the abbreviations mean, like you can easily watch this playlist. Link it. Are you a member? Fire, Water, Desire, what's your Discord? I just said it's for members only. It's the only thing that's paywalled in my entire community. You got to be a YouTube member or any level of member in my Discord. Or someone that owns my course, because I do have it in the course server as well. So if you own my courses, you have access to the course server, which means you have access to this link as well. Basically, anybody who's ever given me a fucking more than $5 has access to this. Over the years, even just one time, you have access to it. Because once you get the link, you have it forever. It's not like you have to stay subscribed to keep it. And what's beginner? I gave you my heart. The beginner is like marking the key levels. If I had to put like beginner, advanced, if I had to put these labels on this shit, that's what I would say is beginner. Marking current day open, marking previous day control point, and if we get gaps, marking that. Understanding what emerging candles are, understanding that the priority between them is different. Your PDCP, your CDO are more important than your emerging candles, but your emerging candles are also important. It's just you value the other ones more for direction. Like understanding that stuff. Short-term levels, like the previous day levels, the pre-market, like if you're marking all that still, or if you're going that route, like that's fine as well. It's just the same exact thing. Understanding how to use the price action in between those levels. If you're going long above pre-market high and previous day high is literally right above it, why are you ignoring it? Kind of thing. Key levels aren't hard to mark. That's why I say it's beginner level shit. Anybody can mark them. But I would say like the BB theory, like the thinking behind things, like, oh, if we're above this and we're above this, we should go to this. If we're below this and we see this, we should do that. You haven't been to it in a while. Have you been a member at all before? I'll link it to you. I don't give a shit. I just don't want to link it to some person that's never been here before. I see your Discord is different. I haven't been to it in a while now. Different? It's the same Discord. It's this Discord. It's the same Discord. Bueller buys. There's a link in the bio of this stream. If anybody needs it. Speaking of the Discord. I did update the link. Oh, since last summer? Oh, there's probably been some title changes, but nothing has truly changed, to be honest with you. But there's definitely been some like label changes for sure. Since last summer, that's for damn sure. I recognize your name. I was just making sure that you weren't somebody that just stopped in one time and I just for some reason remembered you perfectly. Fire, Water, Desire. I remember that name. I don't know why though. Probably not in a bad way. But yeah, I would definitely go check that shit out, guys. If you guys haven't. You have access to this if you're in my Discord and you're a member. You have access to this if you've ever once had or bought a course before. You have access to this if you're a YouTube member. What about the defensive sector? By defensive sector, do you mean like our defense sector? Do you mean like the military stock type stuff, or do you mean like XLP? Just to be clear with you, because sometimes that could mean one or the other. And I know I say defense. I'm talking about XLP, but there is a defense sector, so that's why I'm asking you. I just want to be clear when we go over it. I don't want to misinterpret what you're asking. I think you mean the military stock shit, though. It's good that there's an increase in Fed spending because it's kind of expected. That's why a lot of them were pumping already. We always increase the spending on it. Now, if you mean staple stocks, that's a different story. The XLP sector. YouTube $4.99 a month, and you only have to get it once if you just wanted to like. I always tell people that too. Like, if you just want to get the link once and you don't want to ever pay me another dollar, like fine, that's fine. But you're at least going to give me that $4.99 for my hard work. Damn it. That's like the one thing I paywall. I don't even promote my course anymore. I just give it to members now. Oh, Fire, Water, Desire, what a fucking legend. Here, I'll go repost the link in the membership section. In the membership section, so y'all can actually see it clearly. And then maybe I don't make any more posts in there, so you guys don't have to miss the link. But I'll go repost it since Fire, Water, Desire just signed up. How do I do that? Oh, here we are. Oh, it is the latest thing. I don't have to. So, I can't go to it and show you on stream because it'll share the link. It kind of ruined everything I just set up. But Fire, Water, Desire, and anybody else is interested on the YouTube channel specifically, like if that's the route you're trying to go, if you go to the YouTube channel and then you click on post, you'll see a post that only members can see. I think you could just click membership too, actually. Yeah, you could just click membership too and scroll down to recent member only posts. So you can take either route. And you'll see a playlist called BB Theory Playlist. Also, just to make sure, if you want to like not pay a second month on your thing, you can literally, I think you could cancel it already. But yeah. And then also it's the same trick in Discord. If you guys click on this Discord signups, literally every membership has a big 50% off thing. I used to get like 2 or 3 specific group owners telling me to increase my price, so I specifically went in there and put 50% off codes that last like for that period, and then you just re-cancel, then re-put it in, so you always have 50% off. I'm not gonna cancel unless you break my heart. Hopefully I don't do that. I paid other groups a lot of money monthly. I lost thousands with all of them. That's fucking insane. When people will sign up in my group, that's the one thing I paywall, that list, like I said. But people in my group are mainly like are just here because they like being here. There's not really like a thing keeping anyone here. Like I tell everyone individually, like if you come in here and you sign up, that's awesome, but like don't come in here and just sign up instantly. Like unless you've been around here before, like Fire Water Desire is like a rare case. Like someone who's been here before, they don't really care about the basic shit. They want to move on. They want to see what that playlist is like. Awesome, that's cool. But to someone who's new in here, to someone who's like fresh in here, like you guys don't need to sign up yet. You just need to be in the free streams and just chill and hang out and interact, honestly. And I feel like you'll get enough out of this without paying a single dollar to me. So I like to also make that very clear. It's not like you need the BB3 playlist. I don't want to make it seem like you will not survive without that playlist. But I truly think anybody who like all the people in here who ask me all these like advanced questions and people who are taking trades on their own and like they like using the stuff that I like to use, I think you'll get a kick out of that playlist. Because it truly does break down a lot more. It's a lot more ranting stuff, and you can read the description of it, but it truly goes into the deeper thinking behind everything and why we think between this level and that level and why we do this to this and that to that. Like, you'll see. But it's a lot, but once you get through it, I think you'll be like, damn, I'm kind of glad I listened to that. You might even want to hear it a second time and be like, yeah, I get that. Okay. When I see this, I'll do that. When I do that, I'll do this. You know, it's like, I don't know. And it's nice for some of you because you'll be like, oh, I already use these levels. So I understand why he thinks this and this and that. Like, you'll understand a lot of it. You'll be like, wow, I relate to that. I noticed that too. Like, you'll probably even have moments like that. Like, I'm not trying to act like I invented fire. So I hope you guys do go through that. And we have a really good time in these streams. Like, literally every stream we go through shit. Like, look, I'll show you one. If you guys didn't see earlier, I'll show you what somebody from my chat did. Shout out to SF. Aloha. But Aloha is what I call her, JC, did all these timestamps from yesterday's stream. Look at this. What the fuck? Like, that's actually crazy. And that's just from one stream. And that's a small stream. Imagine if we had timestamps for every stream. Like, it'd actually be nuts. I don't want people to do that. That'd be insane. But I thought that was cool because it's like, wow, I could actually go and put that in my description thing. And then it'll actually put timestamp on that stream. So you guys could go back to yesterday's stream and you could actually go through it effectively without having to click through all the bullshit. So if you just want to go to a specific moment or you want to watch all of them, you could just click through them instead of sitting there and watching like the entire stream. But yeah, shout out JC for that. I thought that was like one of the coolest things I've seen. I was expecting her to go in there and get like 1 or 2 timestamps for herself. And then she came back with all that. And I was like, what the fuck? Thank you, Rox. Awesome stream. Liked. I appreciate you, dog. Exactly. They don't walk you through anything. Shouting out shit is stupid. Learning is up to the individual anyway. Why the F should a lot of these signups cost up to 1,000? Yeah, signups up to that much is pretty crazy to me. Like, I know in my chat there's sign-up stuff too. I'm not trying to act like I'm a fucking saint. But I truly do try to treat it as like, if you sign up, you're just here to support the community, the server, keep it running. Me doing these streams, like, because there's people like that. Some people just to be like, yo, Peter, thanks for hanging out with me all day. Like, here's $1. Like, it's like, bet. I appreciate that. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But I truly do like to make sure people in here understand, like, you don't need to be signed up to be here. You could just come chill. I don't just read the colored names. I read literally every name. And good positive vibes. I really like when people come in here and like just like to be in here as like reinforcement. Because if I'm like having my moment and I'm like, fuck, I didn't like that trade. Why did I do that? And then someone's like, yo, just calm down, relax, like reset. Like, it's kind of nice being able to fall back on some people in the chat. Not that we do that too often, but it's just like, I don't know. It's also nice too when you're like, oh, I really love this level. And then you see 3 other people mention it. You're like, fuck, yes, this is great. I feel great about this. It gives you like that reinforcement from like outside. I don't know. It's weird. It was great review too. Oh yeah, I bet. I just should have asked you that. I bet that was very interesting going through that. The way you did. Because 1.25, you probably still heard literally everything. It's not like that's like, like, you know. But that is very interesting. I couldn't do that to my own stream, to be honest. I'm glad you did it. I don't know if I could sit there and hear my own voice that long. I'd be like, all right, all right. I bet there's moments, too, if I go back in the stream, I'm like, bro, clear your throat. Or, like, breathe for a second. Like, I bet there's moments I go back in the stream and there's just me losing my oxygen just to get a sentence out because I don't know how to fucking... I don't know how to just breathe, you know? I don't understand why I do that. Who wants to bet SPY and tech slowed down? I am up nice after my last trade. My last trade was a call went on in 1995. Dude, good shit. Yeah, I read that earlier. Or you're just sharing it again. You're just reminiscing in it. No problem with that. Just stay hydrated. Yeah, that's true. I do be drinking a lot of water on the stream, I'm not going to lie. Rocks. With the Bezos laugh, too. I love that. An accurate use of that. Y'all never told me what other emotes y'all wanted. There's other emotes I can add. Let me go see how many slots we have left. But I need to have like a community vote or something. Like, yo, what fucking emotes do we want? Not like it matters, but it's like, you know, one of the things that like you'll do actually have customization over. Let me find this tab. Badges and emojis. Emojis, here we go. Y'all have... wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think y'all have room for 2 more. Yeah, I think y'all have 2 more emojis. Yeah, 2 more. And we're not replacing any of these. We have the Elon laugh, the Bezos laugh, the Leo laugh from Leonardo DiCaprio from the Django movie, red candle, Hulk candle, thumbs up, Leo fib, which is like Leland's profile pic from back in the day. He might still be using it. I really don't remember. That one's good though. Fibonacci respect, because we all love Fibonacci in here. BB gang for Bueller buys. Then we have the B split up, and then PAL. We even have PAL. And no, we are not adding a president. That is not allowed. I'm not adding a president here. And if for some reason Bezos or Leo become president, they will have to get removed. Light theme preview. Oh, that's horrible. Why did it let me do that? What is with the light theme preview stuff, man? Ugh. Just blasted my retinas. Ugh. By the way, Fire, Water, Desire, welcome to the channel. I don't even know if I said that or not, but welcome. Thank you for signing up. You didn't have to do that, even though I was kind of baiting you to get the playlist. But I do appreciate it. Hopefully that playlist is to your liking. There's also like, I don't even say it, but there's almost 200 videos in the member only section. Some more. Oh, Michael motherfucking Scott. Okay, brother, you just cooked. You actually just cooked. Because, yeah, that is something we don't have here. That is missing. If you don't have respect for Michael Scott, I don't have respect for you. Just saying. All right, supported formats. PNG and JPEG. Nice. 32 by 32 pixels. That is fucking crazy. Aspect ratio has to be 1:1. Okay, I'm just gonna send this to ChatGPT. We'll see what baby boy AI spits out. Need this for emoji in my streams. I need a Michael Scott from The Office and no wait. I need an iconic Michael Scott picture from The Office. And what? And a second one that is what? What is the second one? Who has a fucking as good as idea as that one? What's up, Alice? Good to see you, Horatia Marinasius. I probably said that wrong. It's probably like Haranakis. Aranasius sounds right, actually. Horatia Marinasius. Sounds like I'm fucking Avada Kedavra. Literally was looking for YouTube settings to change that back to Alst. It's funny because, like, out of everybody's stupid username, yours is like the one I read through every time. I always know that's Alst because of that stupid that one conversation we had, man, where you explained what that name meant. Like, ever since then, it's been set in stone. that is kind of funny to see that, though. All right, Michael Scott and what, guys? We need another emoji. Lock in, guys. Lock in. What is the other emoji? I need you guys to lock in. Should we do SpongeBob or is that overdone? I feel like that's overdone. We need like a stock related one, but we already have a few of them. We got all like the funny rich people in it. Like getting Elon and Bezos alone was like kind of GG. Putting Powell in there was just a cherry on top. Michael Scott will be like a big chocolate cherry on top. What is that final cherry on top? American Psycho? That is true. We don't have Bateman in there. All right, let's see what ChatGPT spits out. If it doesn't give me a good image, I'm just going to go do it myself after the stream. But I would love to have these on there because I was thinking about it and I was like, man, I need to ask them again, but I kept forgetting to ask y'all. I'll show you if they're good. If they're really bad, I'll probably still show it. Because who doesn't like bagging on AI? Ooh, it actually gave me a fucking good one. What the hell? Wait a minute. My bad, AI. I didn't know you could cook that well. It actually gave really, really good ones. Look. These are actually good. This is like exactly what I was looking for because it's like that could be the perfect face to put it in chat. And then this one's like when the market's dying and we're all losing a ton of money, we're all poor and broke and going homeless. This could be a really good one to spam. These are actually really good. Oh, wait. But this one gave me with the images without the background. Wait, guys, which one do we like? Do we like one or two? I kind of like the first one more now. Fuck, I don't like that it did the white background for this one, and then this one it was like, I know you want this one because it did the background for me to where I don't have to cut anything. This one I have to put it into Photoshop still. Oh my god, did AI actually cook? Here, quick poll in the chat. Quick poll in the chat. I need like an actual view or spam one or two something. I need to know which one are we going with, and then you'll never have to answer these kinds of questions again. Well, either way, rocks. There's not going to be a background. I just have to do something if I do this one. I have to go put this in Photoshop. I can do either one. So I really am asking which ones do you like more? Because I can remove the white background, or I'm probably going to do it regardless. Because on stream, I don't think it looks that good. I think I've tested it before, and they were like really hard to see. Like when you spam the faces and this one, these look pretty good, right? Yeah, those look good. If those had a white background, those would be kind of annoying to look at. Damn, Carter, you really cooked with the fucking Michael Scott one. Even AI kind of gave us an idea I wasn't even thinking about. It looks like we all agree on one, though. Like that, I was more meaning which faces did y'all like more? Because the Michael Scott ones were different. One of them he's like grinning and you see his teeth a little more. The other one he's like, it looks like he just saw a ghost. He just saw a ghost in this one, and this one he's like seeing Toby potentially interact with him in a few minutes. Yeah, he is the goat. He has produced some of the Office. I've always said The Office and SpongeBob are like the two things that have memes that are probably gonna last forever. Like I don't see those. Like you know how memes die out and shit. Like the what am I trying to think? The templates for them. The templates for like Office and SpongeBob memes have literally not gone away since the beginning of time. They're just always there. Wait, did it save it as fucking one image? Oh my god. I prefer this response. Can you split them up so I can have two downloads? Thank you. Michael Scott. Saved. American Psycho. Is it going to download it or what? What the fuck? I gotta like refresh the page because this thing is stupid. There we go. Only been clicking it 20 times. All right, let's add them right now. Let's see if it works. Name Michael Scott. Oh, I can't type his whole name. Michael S. American P. Bro, the AI fucked the image up. I have to do this on my own later. Oh, that sucks. I knew I couldn't trust it. Yeah, here, I'll save and publish it. Look how bad these look. Oh, yeah, it's not even saving it. The image aspect ratio must be 1. Yeah. GPT sucks. I gave it all the instructions I was given, and it still fucked it up. Aspect ratio needs to be 1:1 as instructed. You gotta, like, let it know aggressively, hey, you fucked up, man. Yeah, I wouldn't even save and publish those because they're not good. All right, download Michael Scott 1:1. Let's delete these real quick. Spy is dumping, by the way, or XOK is dumping right now. Michael American Psycho. Okay, I think ChatGPT fixed it. We might be cooking. Yep, it got it right. Holy shit. Mike Scott. Mary Psycho. I'll just type Bateman. Nice, it saved it. It saved it. All right. Somebody refresh stream and send the new emotes. I'm scared to refresh it as the streamer. Anybody in the stream? Can somebody send the new emotes? You have to be a member to post the emotes? Here, I'll refresh. I'll risk it. What did that do? Did that even do anything when I did that? Yes, here they are. Okay, so here's Michael Scott spam. Here's American Psycho spam. That's actually sick. Those look really good, actually. I can, like, instantly tell who I'm looking at. You can't really see the blood on Bateman's face. That's, I guess, for YouTube purposes, that should probably be fine. Dude, now we got the whole gang. Oh, that looks sick. I think I really, really like the Michael Scott one. Was actually a genius. That was missing, man. That genuinely was missing. I think if we need to get rid of one, we can. But for now, those are good. Yeah, Jerome Powell's going to stay there even if he ends up not being there for so long. That's the GOAT. Don't let the politicians lie to you, man. Jerome Powell's the GOAT. Probably one of the best federal presidents we've ever seen in the history of the United States. The only one you could maybe argue it is the guy that was, I never remember his name because it was goofy, but it was the guy that was like right after World War II going into the like most fucked up part of the United States economy we've ever seen. That like Dust Bowl era. That was true. That was probably the best one. I forget his name. It was like a 4 or 5 letter name. But that's probably the only one you could maybe argue. But Jerome Powell's the GOAT. Served what might be some of our most volatile presidencies as well. Like served during the most volatile presidents, in my opinion. And I think you're tripping if you don't think Biden and Trump are volatile. The markets will clearly disagree with you. Those were some of the most volatile markets we've seen. So yeah, shout out Jerome Powell for the one time. And he produced what might be the best stock market meme that will ever happen ever. When he told those people that were coming in to bitch about the environment in a federal meeting that had nothing to do with the environment, and he said off mic, he tried to say off mic, but everyone still heard it. Just close the fucking door. That was by far the best thing I've ever heard a federal president say. Just close the fucking door. like any normal person would, dude. I think that's why I like that clip so much, because it's like I feel like any normal person would have said the exact same thing, like bar for bar, in the exact same time he said it. Thank you guys again, by the way. Almost 30 likes is nuts. I always like to check these here and there. But it's kind of nice reading this stuff. Just seeing what's up, what's down, what's up with the day. You can see it's kind of a bunch of stuff we already understood. It's just a lot of financial stuff coming out, different data coming out today. And then I'll go post this on my Discord real quick. And then this tab right here, this is important. It'll most likely read the same thing of the other one, but sometimes it reads a little bit more. Bro, I've been hearing us acquiring Greenland for years now. Can we either do it or just shut up? Jesus. I'm so beyond that conversation right now. But right here, you could read Wall Street traders sold equities, bonds, and the dollar after the latest inflation report failed to change forecasts on a pause in Federal Reserve interest rate cut. So that's why we got that kind of weird open. Whoops, I didn't mean to click that. China restricts NVIDIA chip purchases, which we kind of already understood that was coming because of all the other implications that came out before this. I have canceled all meetings with Iranian officials, blah, 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 blah. Keep protesting. Help is on the way in Iran. Oh, that's great. U.S. short-term interest rate futures jump after inflation data as traders add to bets on Fed rate cuts. Yeah. And then CPI data tells you what's weak, what's strong. Stock index is a little stronger. The yields are a little weaker, like the dollar and our bonds. And then our stocks are doing okay. And then you can see some better data here. You can see there's a bunch of earnings coming out and stuff. Trump speaks today. Tomorrow, there's a lot more data on PPI. It's not as important as CPI, but still somewhat important. And then you have like some tariff stuff coming out, home sales, more earnings, like I was just saying. More earnings again. And then, yeah, end of the week. But yeah, those two sites are really awesome to go check out. Y'all should definitely peep those when you have time. I try my best to repost them here and there in the chat, but I'm not always the best about it. So it's just good that you guys know where to look as well. What's up, though, guys? What are you guys looking at? How long are you guys hanging around? Probably going to end the stream soon, but I wanted to go a little bit longer from earlier just because we had a lot of cool questions. Rox had that cool conversation we could go over. SF had some things I wanted to talk about. Honestly, there's a lot of things we talked about today's stream that were really good. Called out once that I didn't take. Called out a second time that I did take. So 3 little call outs in 2 days, not bad. Still stuck in the MCD swing. Not really paying attention to it, to be honest. Just stick to this daily time frame. What else? BB3 playlist. Make sure you guys get that if you haven't already, or watch it if you haven't already. What else? Pretty good trade reviews in the chat from the messages I saw in chat. I think that's it. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm probably going to end the stream here in a little bit. But let me know if you guys have anything. I like to give a little warning just in case somebody's like, wait, I have something I want to talk about, you know. So if there's anything like that, feel free to let me know. Don't be scared. Want to play BF6 after? I'm not sure. We'll see. I'm kind of tired, to be honest. I also need to go check on my dog. I keep doing these longer streams and I'm like ignoring my dog. Hold on. I'm not leaving yet. What's up, though, people? How was your day? Didn't you go to work today with like 3 hours of sleep? I think I remember that correctly. Or like 3 or 4 hours. Didn't you go to like bed super late? 1 hour and you're not tired? Damn. How was work today? Was it good? Hopefully so. Only had 1 coffee as well. Damn, that's not bad, yeah. Not having to down a bunch of coffee, that's not bad. Was I? Dope. Looking at cars right now. That's why you can't sleep. I do remember you talking about that when we were playing. What car should Fipo get, guys? He's a 1%er in his country. I've been telling him he should get a Koenigsegg. However you pronounce that one. He should get a Koenigsegg, right, chat? Those cars are so sick. I'd be like, yeah, I know somebody that owns one of those. With your money? No, I ain't got it like that. Maybe if we piled together, we could maybe afford a tire for that car. Just put all those car funds into a same day be a man. Oh, he's not lying, man. He's kind of not lying. Any truers in chat? That was a true moment right there. If you have the balls to buy a car, you have the balls to scalp it on the same day. God, dude. The amount of sweat coming from your fucking forehead without your control would just be insane. You'd be like, why is it suddenly hot as hell in my room? That's funny. What was the thing that Alex, are you in here still? What did you mention earlier? Actually, I don't have to ask you. I put it on my watch list. Oh, fuck, it moved. What ticker did that guy mention earlier, dude? What did Alex mention earlier? I'll know it as soon as I see it. That's a lie. I didn't see it. Which one of these is not like the other? Oh, it's Oxy. This is the one he mentioned. Good fucking memory, Joe. I knew there was a reason I was keeping you around. Okay, I'm done. I liked from 6 accounts. What? What? That's actually crazy. Thank you, but you don't have to do that. I do appreciate you there, Rox. You're actually nuts. I actually believe him too, because I saw the likes go up from like 28 to 35 pretty quickly. I was like, are there people randomly joining in? What the fuck's going on? I thought y'all were being nice to me at the end. Rox, you're actually nuts. Thank you, man. Yeah, Oxy. This is the one I need to look at. One of these tickets is not like the other. That would be a fun little. I should do that, dude. Oh my god. I talked about a Jeopardy game yesterday, and now I'm thinking of this. I need to make a video game or like a game for stocks. We need to come up with like a game that's like which of these stocks is not like the other, and then it like has like 3 stocks from the same sector and then one that's not, and we'll randomly place them, and we'll try to do like not super high weights but not super low weights. Try to do like some in-betweeners in the same time, therefore it like is a little confusing, or maybe do like some sectors that aren't super popular. Okay, I need to write that down. I'm making this little sector quiz or something. I don't know what I'm going to do or how I'm going to format it or what I'm going to call it or what it's going to look like, but I need to write this down. I think a sector thing would be fun as fuck. That would be a genius fucking little game. I am. No, I believe you, dude. I believe you. I saw the likes going up and I was like, something's going on. That's funny. I do appreciate that. One of these stickers is not like the other. Just made a song and now it's stuck in my head. Welcome to the Bueller trading stream. Where creativity meets positivity. That was corny. Oh, fuck. I'm actually tired. I really like coming on these streams though and exerting as much fucking energy and focus on stuff though as I can, because it is like, I don't know, it's just fun. It's also fun covering these different topics. Like, it's even more fun when we're actually taking trades and some of the stuff like today and yesterday, and like, I mean, like we have been the past few months, but I don't know, it's also fun to just reflect in another part of the day and just go over stuff. So yeah. What does FIPO? They updated it to make it come out a month later? Is it because people were bitching that they didn't have enough time to get their battle pass points? Which, by the way, after catching up like I did, I actually think people complaining is not justified. I think people just suck. I have the last 2 things and I had no problem catching up. I mean, well, I complete the last one. Now I have enough time, but like That was because I wasn't playing. So that's my fault. That's not the game's fault, you know? I don't know. After catching up in that short amount of time, it's like, wow, people are really just suck at the game or just complain. Because I personally think when I was first looking at it, I was like, wow, I don't think there's enough time. No. I still have the last two FIPO. I'm just saying, like, the fact that I still have this whole week of these challenges to do, because there's that new week of challenges that dropped too. Like that should give me enough to at least get to the last one. But what I'm saying is, like, imagine if I did play more this season, I would have gotten it no problem, even with those challenges. Whereas all these other people are just like, they're just seeing it and then complaining and then not even trying. Like, I caught up in like one weekend. How are these people complaining? At first though, it does look like it's too much. But when you actually get into it, it's like, oh, okay, I get it. And then I think if you aren't re-rolling certain challenges like you and me were, like every week, like you have to do it every week to make sure you get like the best of the best every single time. You can exchange each one of them before the expiration. Like, I think if people were on top of it, they could have completed it no problem. But you had to be on top of it, I think, is the thing that people were bitching about. They want extra time. I thought that was kind of insane. I mean, good for you and me, I guess. We can like not try as hard and easily complete it all. But that is crazy. I don't even like look at that stuff either, and even I saw the people complaining about it. I don't even normally look at that kind of thing. I think people who complain about that stuff on BF6 are just crazy because it's like, guys, y'all are bitching about a game that actually is good. Like, go to a different game and bitch, please. This game's fine. There's literally nothing wrong with it. Like, all the thing we could ask for is what you and me said, just more maps, bigger maps, more maps. But that's not even a complaint. It's just like, I just want more. I have no actual complaints. There's like 100 guns that are fucking really good. The chaos is so fucking much fun to look around. I can lag on 140 fucking ping and still top frag. Like, it's that game's fine. You can lag on 140 ping and still top frag. Like, that game is fucking great as it is. Anybody complaining is just bad at the game. Or is just playing it wrong. I don't know how you do that. I feel like sometimes I just walk in a senseless direction and I have a fun time. Because it's just like, the game's just so crazy. You could get no kills, just walk around, see explosions, building exploding, and shit like that. You'd be like, whoa. That game is just so easy to just, like, I think you said it one time, like, you just turn your brain off, play. I could get complaining about the people complaining about COD, because that game is just honestly dying. People should stop playing that and supporting that shit. And maybe even some sports games, because, like, all they're doing is updating graphics, and then their prices are, like, double the price now. But people are paying for it, so you can't really complain if they're literally buying this shit at, like, all-time highs now. It's like, what are we doing? It's like buying Tesla at 1,000 and be like, what the fuck? Why am I not up? Brother, what? I just don't get that. I think that's why I stopped playing as much games though, is just because there's so much complaining on so many games. You could be like really bad at Counter-Strike 2 and people will still think you're cheating. It's like, brother, imagine if that person ran into someone who's actually good at the game. They would definitely think they're cheating. Everyone thinks everyone's cheating. Everyone thinks the game sucks. Everyone thinks this. Everyone thinks it's like, Jesus Christ, dude. The people complaining just need to quit playing games. I don't have that big of a deal with it. Though I wouldn't complain if we got 128 tick. It's never their own fault. Yeah, exactly. It's never just they suck or they don't have a less understanding than someone or it's just something. It's like, Jesus. Everyone's an expert nowadays, is why. I won't lie, I've had the games up on the right the whole time, FIFA. Watching Fnatic Astralis right now. I should pull it up on my mainstream and get banned in 5 seconds. Let YouTube's algorithm catch me. Oxy, it's still early, but if it closes at its high of day 44.5, it could be a morning star. Let me double confirm that. I don't remember, to be honest. Technically, yes, but that's not where I would look for that. But technically, you're right. You have a bullish kicker, though, is more importantly what we're seeing here. Also, of the latest retest, Joe, I like to do it like if we're going up, I do it up. If we're going down, I go down. If I don't see anything, I just draw it from the left. Like right here, we could do like that drawdown fib. We could do this drawdown fib. We could do this drawdown fib. And wow, it ends up at that level anyway. Let's just leave it. And then from the bottom. So what's the last time it jumped up? Kind of was here. And then it jumped up to here before it retested. And holy shit, that was a perfect midterm retest. Into a bullish kicker. I think what feels awkward about this is it hit a target and now it has a wick on top. These are 50-50 to me because there is enough justification for this to keep going, even with this ugly ass wick. But on the other hand, you could see this as a short-term slowdown, but we do not see this as bearish. We just see this as like, okay, yeah, I could slow down. A break of base would definitely confirm, okay, yeah, it's trying to go down more. That's not a bad look, though. But yeah, good looks. You are correct, technically. Yeah, still early, but no, you have the right mind. You got the right look. I take that into account when I see you guys say that anyway, instead of just correcting everybody a million times. When you guys are like, oh, I think this daily is this, I'll just be like, yeah, you're right, because it's fucking noon. You know, there's still 3 hours, and you know that just as well as I do. So you don't need to be corrected. You know exactly what you're looking at. Fuck, dude, I can't believe I almost called that out. I sat there and I was like, nah, chat wouldn't believe me if I had another AMD lot already. That'd be just too good to be true. I can't believe I almost did it. And then I saw D-Touch posted a chart of this as well, and I was like, oh my god, he's reading my mind. That would have been like a, I'll see you guys next Monday type swing. Who needs a scalp when you got a swing potential like that? But that would have been a lotto, because good setup, but no sector confirmation. So it would have been a little bit of a lotto in my books. Other people's books, they'd have been like, what are you talking about? That's so obvious. Yeah, but the obvious trades are the ones that also fail. Damn, SPY is really pulling back now. And yeah, good looks, Joe. Honestly, what something if you want to do, if you want to go through some stuff like that, like how you just did with Oxy, like I have a list right here. I have a few actually. Best shit ever, and then One Piece. These are all like just stocks that I've swung in the past few months or something that I like looking at, and I add to it every often, and I delete some stuff here and there. But it's good to have a list to go through, and then go on the daily like you did with Oxy, and just go through a list. It doesn't have to be this big; it can be smaller, but just give yourself like a good little routine to go through. I see it as everything is like a routine. So if you just go through it, and you're like, all right, I can see some potential behind this, and that. And even just to review other plays, like I didn't take gold with Kevo. I didn't even really see it till after he had like profited. But he definitely posted openly in the chat. So I was like, what did he do? Let me see what he saw. So I was like, oh, nice bullish gold thing. This is actually a really nice candle too. I could see why someone get into that new high. It's very beautiful. You know, so even just reviewing other people's swings too. I like to do that too. We're in this one right now. I honestly forgot about it for a second. I really try my best to just kind of forget my swings while I'm in them. It's the only thing that'll keep you sane, I swear. But not in a sense where you're like gambling. Like I'm still keeping my finger on it, but I'm just not like I don't really care unless it's moving, you know? And I really don't care till the end of the day because that's where my stop loss is anyway, is a daily close under a certain level. So what's the point of looking and freaking myself out early on? There isn't. And you'll see too across all my swings and the next swings across this year, you'll see like there's so many swings we're going to jump into that like some of them just pop off and do amazing right at the start. And then some of them are really rough in the beginning, but don't stop loss us out. And then we're tested, you know, our mental is tested there where we either hold it or we don't. And you'll see a lot of the time we get weak and we cut them early, they end up going our direction right after. And you'll see the ones that we do end up holding are going to end up paying off. We're like, wow, I'm so glad I held that. I'm so glad I didn't cut that just because of me being scared. Like, it's crazy how many of the swings work out like that. And then there are some that do just break the stop loss and we were completely wrong. And we just have to eat that. The not so great reality. But can't ignore it just because it's not what we want. Shout out to my Rocket Lab enjoyers. Shout out to my UPS enjoyers. Shout out to my Target enjoyers. Shout out to what else has been kicking ass? Honestly, Nike's been fine, but they've been pulling back, and now they're just kind of down there. So they're not really amazing anymore, but they were. Shout out to my Lamb Weston enjoyers. Shout out to my Potato Share owners. W. Energy Transfer making an aggressive comeback. Damn. Cleveland Cliffs. Carnival Cruise Lines finally looking like it is going to start pulling back to a lower support, probably like 29 area. I'd love to call that out again, but gotta wait. Shout out to my bull enjoyers, despite the pain. And that's it. Why is SPY and Triple Q dumping? Tech literally liquidated at high of day and pulled all the way down to low of day again. And healthcare went down again. Banks are still down. Discretionary is down. Comms are down. Staples are up, showing a defensive early sign. It's like these are all signs that all this red is completely normal. Nothing is out of balance here. At least on the sectors. It's probably a bunch of individual weights, though, you could find that are completely just in the wrong spot. Like Apple being slightly green, Google being up a bunch despite news, Avgo being up, the other Goog stock being up, AMD being up that much. Like these could be seen as overbought short term if we do end up moving lower. It's also funny seeing AMD up 6% and Nvidia's red. Very rare you'll see that. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to end the stream there. Does anybody need a end of day update or anything, or are we all good to go? Really, you're just kind of looking for direction from this area. Same plan as before. We shorted to it as a magnet. Price has gone up and recovered very well and has already pulled back down here again in a very short amount of time. And it's only noon. So probably going to see more direction from here. Like I said, as long as you're above it, you'll probably see us continuously bounce into this area again. More rejections, of course, can lead into believing that we probably will break this. And of course, just breaking under it will probably bring us down into the 690s again. So the lower 690s. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Hope you guys had a good time here. Thank you guys again for all the likes, comments, interactions, everything like that. Thank you, Fire, Water, Desire, for signing up today. I really do appreciate that. It's not like it's life-changing money, but I still appreciate the thought and everything, and I really do hope you enjoy anything you click on the membership section. That is so hard to say fast. And yeah, the BB Theory playlist. I really hope you get to click on that and go click on it and stuff. View it. Hope you enjoy it. And yeah, thank you guys again. Have a great rest of your day. See you guys later on. Love you all.